Hi, welcome to the 1 Liter Podcast. You will watch us drinking 1 liters of beer whilst talking about shies. Please like and subscribe. Welcome to the 1 Liter.
Are we on, Phil?
We're on.
All right. So my scenario was, or one that I heard, right? It was this guy telling the story, and basically his wife they're trying to engage in sex more, and his wife said a friend of theirs' name during.
Oh,
Yeah, brutal. But
do you know these people?
this is a real
no.
story.
So
Oh.
this is a real story. I don't. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
But she's saying, like, I've never cheated, like, it never even thought about it. But, you know, kind of gets me going, and we're trying to have sex more. And my theory is, it's like, she's done nothing wrong, but also he's got to feel terrible.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, is there a winner and a loser, or is it just like just a lose-lose situation?
Depends.
Depends
On what?
on.
Yeah, what's the factor?
On the guy, if he's a cuck.
Then could be a
theory is-
benefit.
the theory
Yeah,
is
he
he's
could
not.
like it.
He
No,
could,
no,
he could
he
not
hates
look
it.
at
He's
that guy.
devastated.
Ah, okay.
He could not
then.
look at that guy
Yeah.
again.
And again, that third guy's done nothing wrong. She's technically done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
She's just trying to get in the mood more, and like it just sucks that that's how she's got to do it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that is a thing that she does on purpose, or
Yeah, like it wasn't like a slip of the tongue. Like she was thinking about him.
oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's grounds for breaking up.
Oh, I
Because
don't know.
no matter how much you trust,
I could never
the
touch the other person ever
Like,
again.
okay, I'm taking myself out of it because for me that it would be too. But I'm trying to advocate for it because like he came to her and was like, "Hey, we're not having enough sex." She's like, "Okay, I'm going to do all I can." I get the sense that he might have either lost a bit of confidence or maybe he's out of shape or something. It's like there's a reason that they're losing intimacy a little bit. And she's trying to get in the zone.
But then
it-
have a conversation about it. Don't
Yeah, no,
just be like, let's have sex and I'll call you someone else.
No,
Your
she
best
didn't,
friend's
she didn't
name.
do it like, oh, hey, I'm going to do this. And this is like, it just slipped out.
Yeah.
It was just like, that's what she's got to do to get in the zone.
yeah, I hate that though.
I'd hate it too, but I'm just saying,
and
I don't
who
think
is the other guy? Is it a single bloke? Is it a married
Yeah.
couple friend?
I didn't know that.
is it the guy's best friend from childhood? Like,
There's a lot of factors here that can make a movie.
Mm. I don't know. I feel for her because especially like, let's say that guy had done a few things where he is probably not as himself as he could be. Hence the sex is going down. He's come to her saying, "Hey, I'm kind of hoping that we do this more." She's trying. And just,
I don't know.
you know what I mean? I'm
You're really
trying to-
painting this picture,
I'm trying to get on her team here. I really am.
Yeah.
but you can't.
But in a way, it's also the guy's responsibility to be like,
yeah, you probably got to walk away after that. That's
but like
Yeah.
even to get your missus to that point where she's
100%,
thinking about
that's what I
another
mean.
guy.
That's
it's
what I
like,
mean.
It's
Yeah.
kind of your fault, you know?
Yeah, like no one has pictured their sex life as like, oh, I really hope I'm thinking about our friends.
No.
That's terrible. Like they're already in that position, and you're right. He's sort of done that. That's what I'm sympathetic to both parties.
Yeah.
What was the one you just found?
I was like,
Are you looking on Reddit?
Yeah.
These Reddit questions?
So this one, where is it? I got called ugly by my wife and can't get over it. Am I insane?
No, that'd stick with me forever.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
What-
if
in
he
what
said that to her,
context is it
that'd
like?
be
Is it
game
like
over.
what's the context?
So I'll read the whole thing. It's pretty long.
Please.
I just got called ugly by my wife and I can't get over it. Am I insane? I work as a lawyer and I make a decent wage, nothing too substantial. I met my wife through our family and arranged marriage, which, oh, well, there we go.
Oh,
That answers the
okay.
question.
See, there's your scenario. Yeah, that's rough. Because like you didn't even have a choice. I know a guy. I work with a guy who's got an arranged marriage that's going to happen. So his
Does he know her? Like, is
like he's met her a couple of times,
he?
but she lives overseas currently. She's in Canada still,
Okay.
and he's here working.
Mm.
And I'm like, okay,
So who's moving where?
not sure.
Yeah.
I think she's moving here eventually. Maybe she's still studying over there or something.
That's
that's
a big part of the
wild.
arrangement. Like that's one thing if it's like, hey, he's down the street,
Yeah.
but to arrange relocating to another hemisphere,
Well, he's Canadian. So he's from, he's
that
from
doesn't
Canada,
make it better.
sorry.
Like she's moving.
But he's moved here and then she's going to move here.
yeah, that
I don't know.
doesn't help.
Maybe the parents have arranged the whole thing. You guys are going to live in Australia and be happy.
Yeah. And I know there's a high rate of success and all that. But
Yeah, it is.
that's a lot. To, even if the other person's wonderful, to be like, hey, by the way, we're setting you up in Canada.
Yeah.
I'd struggle with that.
Yeah. But what if it was the other way around?
Mm.
Canada's pretty extreme living. Here it's pretty nice.
Yeah,
Canada's
okay.
pretty cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're right, if you love skiing.
No, but it's not about like really, it's not about Canada. Like it could be moving to your dream country. It's still crazy
Yeah.
to say not only do you have to marry effectively a stranger, but you're gonna have to do it in a new country and start a new life. Like your friends aren't gonna be there. You got no
So-
support network really.
High success rate. And I know nothing about this. I know nobody that's in an arranged marriage, but high success rate. But what does that mean for
Well, it's a high success rate, but also predicated on divorce isn't really acceptable or a thing.
not acceptable? And then
There's definite caveats there.
but is there a sex life, or is it just like we've done this to reproduce and that's it, and we're just partners that live together?
I have never
I think
contemplated that.
I think it would depend on the couple
Yeah,
because it may be arranged, but
but
You know-
make it work.
they could definitely make it work. I think all arranged marriages at least attempt to do so, for fear of disappointing those who put them together.
Mhm.
All marriages are arranged if you include destiny. Count that. Awful. So bad.
Oh no,
Yeah, no, I'm not proud of that.
it's good.
I had another one, another scenario.
10-incher.
Nah.
Oh, that's
No.
not the answer.
No,
Okay.
I'm not involved in the story. So it was
He's talking about his height.
it was so this is so the other one was a dude telling the story. This is a woman telling the story. And I'm always aware of the perspective of because like when you tell a story, you want to paint yourself as the good guy, invariably.
Mhm.
And she set up a test to see if her boyfriend, soon to be fiance, was going to be a good potential parent. She
Oh.
faked a pregnancy.
Oh,
And she thought it was justified because, like, she was like, well, over the next few months, he was pulling away. He didn't want to do the stuff that, pregnant people are going to need.
oh,
So she would do stuff where she would be like, I'm going to the doctor. I'll be back. And just go to Macca's and hang out. So she really faked it. And she thought ends justify means he sucked and basically wanted to break up with me because he didn't want to carry the load,
Mhm.
which I think every decent dude would want to step up and do. And that's fine. But as soon as it starts with, I faked a pregnancy,
that's
I'm
out.
Yeah.
already not on your team.
That's out. Yeah,
That's
you're out.
terrible. What are you doing?
You're out of here.
And what if it had gone great? What was the exit? Like, what if he was
What
doing?
if he was super
Yeah.
excited?
Yeah. Like, what if he
You
was
just broken his?
Are you faking a miscarriage? Which is just
Yeah,
awful to even
yeah.
think. Like,
Imagine if she was like, "I'm pregnant." And he's like, "Oh my god, I've been shooting blanks for years. I got
Yeah.
tested. Thank God."
this is a miracle. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
No, and seriously, the whole story was like, well, I got him. It's like, oh,
No,
No.
I
You played
guess,
yourself.
But yeah, no, I don't think anyone's coming
DJ
out looking
Khaled,
Yeah.
you played yourself.
Yeah, congratulations.
That's terrible.
That's not even a win-win situation.
No,
You're
that's
gonna
a
lose
huge
either
lose-lose,
way.
yeah.
The guy would have been like, "What the fuck? You're
Yeah.
crazy."
You'd
Yeah.
think you'd
Yeah.
know enough about the
Yeah.
person after dating them for ages to know if they'd be a
I
good
don't
parent.
understand this. Like, I'm going to set up a test in my own relationship.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
That's
Why?
okay. Yeah. So even before the I faked a pregnancy, there's the mistake right there. The
Yeah.
fact that she's setting up a test.
Let me throw up some hurdles. Yeah, let's
That
see what
means
happens. Let's see if this dude's
relationship
about it.
sucks.
no. And there's ways to analyze character without setting up actual tests.
Yeah.
Also, just I don't know if this was the true part of the story, but just the fact that she's like, "Oh, I'm going to the doctors," and then would just go hang
Yeah.
out. But like, that's the kind of shit that you probably want to involve him in if you were really pregnant.
Yeah, and I think that was part of the
Like,
story.
take
Was
me
like,
for an ultrasound.
yeah,
Yeah.
was he didn't want to come to my fake doctor's appointments, which again is like that's bad.
Did you
from
really
him.
try though because you knew it was fake?
Yeah, but that's
Or you just craving a
that's
quarter
good point.
pounder.
Yeah. It's just like, you don't want to come to the doctors, do you?
Yeah,
Do
Yeah.
you? Because I'm actually going to Macca's.
yeah,
You fucking loser. You could have had a Big Mac.
yeah.
Although, what happens if he said yes?
Exactly.
Like initially.
That's the question. Yeah, I don't know. Again, like that dude doesn't come across looking like a good bloke. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm so in this guy's corner, but
No, they're both fucked up.
what are you doing? Faking a pregnancy is like,
It's
and just the
There's a
karma
movie.
that
There's
puts
a
out.
movie about that, but it's not the same story. I only recently watched it.
Which one?
It's with it's not Rebel Wilson. Who's the other one? Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer.
You
Yeah.
watch-
Who's the
On
other
Net-
one?
The other
What
one.
category of actors are you
The other
talking
one.
about?
Larger blonde funny women.
Funny was generous to put in the. That wasn't what you would think.
Funny roles.
Sure.
Meant to be funny.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Yeah,
Okay,
that's,
yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. She I think she always wants to be pregnant, and then her boyfriend of like years dumps her, and then her best friend gets pregnant, and then I can't remember how it starts, but she like, I think she puts on the fake baby bump and then runs into someone, and they're like, oh my God, congratulations.
Yeah.
And then she gets all this attention. She's like, this feels good. And then she just meets this dude that she then really likes. And she's like, fuck, now I got to keep going with it. He thinks I'm a pregnant lady.
Oh, you see, I hate that Hollywood thing of like these dudes who like. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Who is seeing a pregnant
It's
woman?
William Fort is the guy.
I don't know who
William
that
is.
Fort.
Will Fort.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, William. I couldn't get, but
William.
Yeah, so I thought it was Forte as well. Am
Well,
I
that's
wrong?
just how they said it on
Will Forte.
SNL's 50
I mean, it's
in Adam
spelled Forte.
Sandler's song.
What does he look like? Bring him up.
Oh, yeah.
Bring-
You don't know
He's,
Will. Have you seen Last Man
will-
on Earth?
MacGruber?
MacGruber is who I know him as. Yeah.
Or,
MacGruber.
or he's in Beer Fest as well. He's one of the Germans.
And a bit
Tragic
of,
Life
bit of
of
Miss
Marilyn
Mojo
Monroe.
going there, Phil.
I got so many tabs open we could watch.
Yeah, but it's just this fantasy of like, who would meet a pregnant woman and be like, this is a dating possibility? And if that's misogynistic
clearly
or anti-pregnant, then fine. But that is
clearly a target
ridiculous.
market.
Ah, right. Him.
Clearly a target market for that movie.
Oh, I just don't understand that.
I thought they would have picked like some Prince Charming kind
No,
of looking
no,
guy.
he's meant to be like kind of dopey and you know,
Yeah.
like nice guy.
And
So
the
the type of
movie
guy to fall
got,
for a
got
got
pregnant
fucked
lady.
over. Got fucked over by his ex.
Yeah.
It's
And
that
then,
movie.
then it turns out that he's like, oh my God, I'm just so glad I can finally find someone I can trust again. And she's like, oh, I'm lying.
Oh wow.
Movie's called Kinda Pregnant there.
Kind of pregnant, yeah.
Was it really bad?
It wasn't good.
Yeah.
There was some, you know how there's like the really predictable scripts?
Yeah.
There was some bits where they twisted it a little bit and I was like,
Okay.
appreciate that wasn't 100% predictable, but
Because from what you've told me, it's like I've already seen the movie.
yeah.
Like I pretty
you
much know
have,
what's going on.
basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
Congrats on not wasting your time.
yeah. Yeah. No, but that thing came up in, I don't want to impress everyone, but I saw it in Maths where this woman's got a kid and she just,
I'm so impressed.
Yeah, I thought you would be. Just relating to the common people. And she's got a kid, I don't know, like 4, and she just like declares, she's like, well, that shouldn't impact my, dating stock or whatever. And I said, well, that's kind of not up to you to say that. It's up to whoever you're dating. And if someone is dating you that has a problem with it, they're kind of entitled to have that problem. In the same way, you can't just declare like, oh, hey, I'm 5'6", and that shouldn't affect anything. It's like, well, you kind of don't get to make that call. And
Yeah.
that's just her saying that, like, no, this is a thing that I've done. It bothers this guy, and he's wrong for it bothering him. Well,
Yeah, he's not wrong at all.
and if it doesn't bother you as a guy to date someone with a kid, then that's great. I don't care. But it's in the eye of the beholder. She really thought it was like a moral failing of his.
Because he didn't want to date her because she had a child.
Yeah, because that's not.
That's massive baggage.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
to deal with an ex,
Yeah.
father of the child.
Yeah.
You got to deal with a child.
Yeah. Raising someone else's kid.
It's already
Yeah,
difficult
you're
enough
basically stepping
adopting
in.
a dog.
If you're, well, you didn't adopt it.
I am the stepfather, though.
It's also not
Oh, yeah.
human.
Yeah, of
Kinda.
this one,
Sure.
not the new one.
Yeah. Mixed family. Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, that, but with a child. Couldn't
Yeah,
imagine.
it's saying that, if someone's not ready to be a father on day one, there's something wrong with them. It's like, geez, I don't know about that.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
How many days is it in? I'm not ready to be a father.
Yeah.
Ooh, quite a few days in.
Probably
you
should,
ready to be a
probably
father?
should be
Milan?
running.
Yeah, I'm ready.
She should have run some
Yeah.
sort of test for
Yeah,
that.
maybe.
But
Have
I've
a
also
fake
been-
kid.
Yeah.
Fake child.
Yeah.
I've also been with my partner for like 9 years.
Yeah, you're the
So-
longest standing here, so
Yeah. It's kind of like,
You've been dressing like a dad for 15 years.
that's when we'll be ready. Eli, 9 years.
Yeah, okay.
After 9 years. Or were you, how long have you been ready, lad?
a year and a half
Oh,
Maybe 2
he's
years.
keen. When's the wedding?
in October.
Right. So
Yeah.
then it's game on straight after that.
Yeah, I mean, whenever it happens, it happens. But
Okay.
July.
this year?
No, next year.
He's counting.
Pretty soon.
He's counting months.
Yeah. Well, my brother got pregnant as soon as, like, the day he came back from his honeymoon.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Well, not my brother. He's
No, we got
he
this.
can
We
though.
understood.
He can
Thanks.
though these days. Just so you know.
Yeah, we're a progressive
yes.
podcast here, buddy. No,
Yes.
Everybody goes silent.
Yeah.
I'm just
A lot
holding my
of-
tongue because I don't know where this is going.
A lot of pregnant men out there, buddy. Come on.
On the
Yeah.
interweb.
Yeah.
You can't tell them otherwise.
Yeah.
Has anyone heard of the Costco guys on Instagram?
Boom.
Oh,
Millard knows.
You get
Yeah.
4 big booms.
is that still going on?
That's still
That
going
What was
on.
that?
confused me.
That was very radio presenter voice then.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, 4 big booms.
Boom.
Have you not heard of the Costco
Yeah.
guys?
No.
Bill?
It's pretty sport orientated now, but it's terrible. It's so
It's
bad.
basically this
This guy's he's been trying to get famous forever.
Yeah.
Mm.
And he's now doing it by basically just going on the internet saying boom.
Yeah.
That's the crux of what this dude's about.
Right.
And he gets his whole family involved.
yeah.
It's everything that's wrong with the internet basically is this guy.
yeah. Yeah.
Not everything that's wrong with the internet, but
Also the Paul brothers.
yeah, I'd still find them.
They're much more bearable.
They
Yeah,
they
more
also
intellectually
have a lot
stimulating,
of
which says a lot.
talents and
Yeah.
they like even before they
I don't
were
think they're
famous.
good blokes, but yeah,
No.
they
very
do
athletic,
stuff
they're
other than yell
very-
boom.
Yeah. You remember, I think one of Logan's most viral earlier videos was him just traveling and then randomly doing the splits
Yeah,
Going like
vaguely.
this?
Yeah,
because he's like very flexible.
yeah. That was like
And I think it
Vine
was like,
era.
did
Yeah,
I
He'd
forgot-
do
I
it
f-
like he would do it on like the Wall of China and stuff, like
Yeah.
people everywhere.
was
and
that,
he'd be like,
was that
do all
before his trip to Japan?
yeah, way before.
Yeah,
Way
way before. Yeah, well before then.
Millard looks like he's generating another topic over here.
Yeah,
Yeah, are we going to start winding it up? Like, if
I've
this
got-
isn't getting recorded, I think we need to start.
Yeah.
Just pretend it's not being uploaded.
Would you
And
rather-
What's
just
everyone's
talk
least
about
favorite race?
I've just
10-inch
got- I've just got a-
penises.
I've just got a
God
bunch
damn
of
it,
would you
guys.
rathers here.
I'm still employed. Just.
So, would you rather have no dick but be able to orgasm, or a dick that does nothing?
Fuck. What have you got instead?
Wait,
Ken doll?
when you say it does nothing, so like no erections, nothing.
No.
What's the fucking
Well,
point
you
of that?
can't, you
No.
can't
Yeah.
orgasm. You just can't orgasm.
No, well, no.
Okay,
if I can
there's
still
there-
have
there's a
sex,
difference.
That's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
Because
question,
you still get to experience the female
Yeah.
form and penetrate it.
Yeah, but you will never climax.
Mm.
I guess the question in there is,
What's even the motivation then?
So wait. There's more.
still-
There's more here. So for the first option,
You're still
you
getting
would,
sensation, like
you would produce semen. You would have a urethra, but nothing else.
Oh, so you can technically have a kid.
Yes.
So you can
So it's-
ejaculate.
if you have no dick.
So you can procreate and orgasm, admittedly
Yeah,
with
okay.
a very, very
Let's just call it a micro
forward-thinking
penis.
woman, because that's a tough sell. I've tried. Okay, I get it.
and then
Oh.
was there more an option 2?
So it's smaller than a micro
it's just-
penis.
You just have a dick that
and-
does nothing.
But does nothing. We're just saying does not ejaculate or does nothing. Is it just limp
Just
all the
inert.
time?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just say that.
If it's limp all
If
the
then it's
time, then
option
I'm
A.
going
Well,
the
let's say
other
it's
way.
like
Yeah, it's
a
got to be
Option
option
A.
A.
Easy call.
8-inch
100%.
limp dick.
Yeah, but
Just what is
Still.
that? It's so
still
what?
nothing. I guess
Yeah.
you could walk around naked, whereas if you had nothing, it would be weird.
And even then, it's limp. Like no one wants to see that, even if it's good.
If it's 8 inches whilst limp,
Oh yeah, no.
yeah,
people-
dude, that's
that's pretty good.
almost.
Yeah, that's sad.
What a
But
waste.
wouldn't that even? Yeah, that might be worse.
8
Get
inches.
something magnificent and it just doesn't do anything.
Well, if it's 8 inches in limp, though, there's a lot of flesh. You could just squeeze that in there, shooting pool with a rope kind of thing.
Yeah.
yeah. Once again, we're relying on the patience of women really hard here. I don't think either of these are good sells.
No.
Hmm.
That's a tough
option
one.
A.
Okay.
Option A?
Yeah.
While you're thinking of a new one, what would be the multiplier that would be required? Right. Let's say you've got
Let's
$1
put some
million
math
on the
in there.
table, right? That you can have. What would be the multiplier you'd need to go? All right, I'll donate it to Africa. Someone offered you, hey, I'll give you $1 million, or you can donate $100 million to Africa. You doing that?
I
I think that's fair. I think that's a
Yeah.
fair question.
How much do you need? Do you want to donate to
But
Africa?
it's no, you can't split it.
Yeah, I know.
It's one
I
of the
know.
two.
I know, but it's like,
What's
does it
the
need to
number
be
by
times
which?
1,000 so that
Yeah,
you're
that's
donating
the
$1
question.
billion
Yeah.
to Africa?
Yeah.
To make it worthwhile?
Yeah.
But it's unlimited, right? So,
No, but
but you
what's
keep
the
it
number?
or you donate
Yeah.
whatever multiplier.
Yeah, what's the number that you go, okay, you know what, I've got to donate that. That's just too important.
Yeah, fuck. Without being able to set up any bribes or anything.
And it's also, so people know that you did it, but you can't profit off that in any way.
I'd probably say
Actually, you know what? People don't know that you did it. This is a completely secret thing.
fuck.
Completely
$3
secret.
billion.
$3 billion?
Because I think there's a rough figure.
So
Okay.
3,000 is the
3,000.
multiplier.
3,000
Every impoverished person gets $1.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm taking the mill every time if it's secret, and I know that about myself, which is terrible.
If
I
it's
don't
secret,
care.
what if people know about it?
Oh,
Does
then
that change
it's
everything?
different. Then it's
Yeah.
completely
Oh.
different. But I'm
Wait.
telling you, behind closed doors, if someone's like, hey, $1 million.
Wait. The know about it part has 2 layers.
Mm-hmm.
Will people know that you kept it, or will they only know if you
Yeah,
donated
that's a good
it?
question. Yeah, if it's completely secret, I'm taking the money
I'd probably
every single
take
time.
a couple $100.
What if they only knew if you donated it?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay. So it's
You either
secret
get
if you
to
keep it.
donate it, and everybody knows that you donated $1
Mm.
billion or $3 billion,
Yeah.
or you get to keep it, but nobody knows that it was an option that
Yeah.
you could have donated it. Yeah, you're keeping it, right?
No, you see, if it was publicized, I can't picture a world in which I wouldn't be able to parlay that into more than $1 million worth of something.
Oh, yeah.
So I still think selfishly, I still think I come off better if I donate the bill.
Keep it, donate 100 grand to a charity.
Not even doing that.
0.1.
I'm not doing it.
The multiplier is 0.1.
Couldn't see it happening.
Here's another one.
Mm.
Everyone thinks it when they buy someone else a lotto ticket as a
Yeah.
gift. And you're like, if you win,
Yeah.
you owe me.
Yeah.
You owe me half.
Yeah.
What if they won like $10 million? Do you think and you specifically said that as like a funny bit of banter, like,
Yeah.
well, we're splitting it if you win, and then boom, $10 million. That person's gonna imagine you're the person winning
Genuinely
10 million.
though, like a stranger wouldn't buy me a lottery ticket, right?
Yeah, so it's,
So if it's someone
family.
I care about, no, I'll split it with them. Every time I
If you
know that I do
receive
that.
it,
Yeah.
what if you gave it and then the person doesn't say anything about even thinking about splitting it with you?
I can't imagine any of my friends or family doing that. I really can't.
That's
and
good.
if it
That's good.
happened,
You got some quality.
Yeah,
Neither could I actually.
It's a function of the people you hang around.
Mm.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even think about it. If I won 10 mil and you
Okay,
bought it,
would you?
100%,
Okay,
I wouldn't
okay.
even consider taking that.
What's the number where you'd start being
Doesn't
sour that you'd have to split it?
A dollar or a bill, I don't care.
Really?
I have no problem with it. And again, I don't know if you call it
Well, those
karma
are
or
those are
what, but
two
I wouldn't-
extremes, but I think like the in between where it's like
Name
could
it.
be worth something.
No, name it.
Like-
Absolutely not.
Like if you won 300 grand and you had to give 150 grand
150.
away.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
No problem.
Here's a
No, you're right.
question.
You're right.
If you won the lottery, would you tell anyone outside of your immediate
No.
family?
Oh, friends.
way.
Yeah.
Close friends. But it wouldn't be.
I've thought
It would
about
only
this
it would
too
only
much.
be people that I know that I would be giving money to.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
But
I'll tell
people
close
will
friends.
know. That's the problem.
No, I don't think they would. I mean, especially in Sydney, man. Like, how much money would you need to win before you get like obnoxiously wealthy?
Well, let's say you won an obnoxious like 80 million or something.
Yeah, but even then, I'd be giving that away in a lot of ways. And again, not to like big charities, but like both my brothers would have properties. My parents would live wherever they want.
Mm-hmm.
And really, I'd probably have other people on house deposits at least. Because I don't like, what am I going to do?
Yeah, but that's your immediate family,
Yeah,
right?
no one else is going to know.
Yeah, but they will. Because suddenly your entire family is debt free. People quit their jobs. You quit your job.
I don't think
like
he,
you'll
loves
have
what, he
to-
loves what he does. He wouldn't quit it.
You'll
Yeah,
have to
live and breathe finance, baby. Yeah.
You'll, like you would have to change your network of people. It would
Yeah,
be
but again, my network would either be getting money and I
or
hope
you don't
appreciative.
care about them
or-
enough. Yeah.
I don't care.
It's benefit of keeping a tight circle.
Yeah, but also like I don't know why. If you want 80 mil and your friends aren't seeing anything, it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, especially if something that good happened to you.
Mm.
And I wouldn't even see that in a reciprocal sense. Like if my mate won 80 mil, I
And
wouldn't be
didn't
like,
buy you
oh,
a house.
yeah. like do whatever you want. But you know, again, I don't know if it's a karma thing. I don't know if it's, but I don't think that's how you live a happy life.
Mhm.
By going, yeah, I'm fucking throwing that on a pile of money. I'm buying some investment properties. Who gives a shit? It
Mhm.
doesn't matter. But what would that mean
Well,
to?
Doesn't matter at a certain amount, right? If it's 80 million,
Yeah.
like you're so set up.
And I'm like at
For a
this
normal
point,
life.
I'm doing okay.
Mm.
But what would it mean to me that I knew everyone around me was doing okay? That'd be huge.
Massive.
It's inspirational.
It is.
Yeah, but I'm the same guy that wouldn't give anything to charity if I could. The people who are not in my
You
circle, I
win 80
don't
million,
care.
are you giving $1 million to Africa?
No, I don't care. No.
Big wedding present coming your way, my lad.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
I'll do
Can't wait.
I'll do stupid stuff for my friends before I do charity stuff, which is not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's just like I know that about myself.
Yeah. That's the
I'll buy
same.
him a Lamborghini before I would buy like drinking water for people in Malaysia. That's the reality. And before
That's
you judge
true.
that,
That's true.
every single person who's ever bought a Lamborghini has bought a Lamborghini before they bought drinking water for people.
Yeah.
Everyone has made that decision. I'm making that decision for another person.
Yeah.
Still not a good thing, but I know that about myself.
That's true. And it's very similar about people getting themselves in a knot about Taylor Swift flying her jet everywhere. I'm like,
Oh,
if I had that much fucking money, I'd be flying my jet to Queensland. I'd be flying my jet to Canada. I'd be seeing all my family all the time by flying my jet everywhere.
Yeah. But I think it's also like they're the first people to be like, oh, the planet, the environment.
Yeah, but here's my
Yeah.
here's
that,
my
that eat the
hypocritical.
rich thing.
No, here's
they
my-
all want to be rich.
Here's my
Every one of
argument to
them.
that. So like people gave a like big stick to Zuckerberg because he made this speech about global warming. We need to do things, blah blah blah. And then they're like, oh, but you just bought yourself your another super yacht for
Yeah.
like $300 million. I'm like, okay, but he also could have bought the super yacht and not talk about the environment.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
the fact that he's talking about it means companies are doing things
I will say
to
though,
help it.
I do get that frustration.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
that's
understand
not a good
it.
thing to do. But I think the hypocrisy. Oh yeah. The first time anyone's ever been that interested in you. No, the hypocrisy is if any of those people got money, like people talk like, oh, I know what I'd do.
Mhm.
And
No.
at least when I'm talking about my theoretical millions that I'm not going to get, I'm still knowing that I wouldn't be doing it in the most moral way.
Mhm.
But it annoys me when people are like, oh, this is what I'd do. It's like, dude, shut up. You don't
Yeah.
know. You do the same thing.
Yeah.
Just have some awareness of what you do.
Yeah. So you're saying if you could afford a super yacht. You just wouldn't because environment, that's going to burn too much diesel. No, shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
You're going to buy a super yacht and then you're going to use your power to go, okay, we do need to change things about the environment, blah, 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 and change it on a larger scale. Your super yacht is not making that much of a dent.
But they're telling regular people, everyday people, like, you know, turn the lights off, turn
Earth
the
hour.
switches off for half an hour, you know, stupid shit where it's like,
Well, that's
you know,
Okay, that
yeah.
does
Yeah.
annoy me. But if it's like making people
maybe
more
tell your
aware,
own friends, you know,
Mm.
don't
Mm.
be more conscious with your super yacht.
Yes, get passionate, Millard. Get passionate. Come on.
No, it's just that's how I
Yeah.
see it. Is they're not preaching to the people who actually probably should hear it. Like it's just everyday people who just want to
Mm.
live their lives, go to their job, go home.
They're just telling me to turn my toaster off with the plug.
Yeah, and they're
Nobody's
saying-
doing that.
but they're they're living a comfortable life, and
You know, when
but
I
then,
came
you know,
to Australia, in Germany, we have, you know, you guys know the European plugs, but they don't have on-off
Yeah.
switches. I was like, why do they have on-off switches? And the theory was like, oh, so that you could turn appliances off at the wall. I'm like, nobody's fucking doing that.
Yeah, it's true.
Nobody's doing that. Everything's on standby.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
nobody turning off appliances at the wall.
Sometimes we go on holiday. We'll do
Yeah.
it and be like, yes, you're
I-
welcome, planet.
I go on
Right,
holidays
Dad,
and
Dad, check the power bill next month.
Yeah.
It's gonna
He's going to be stoked.
plummet.
I go on holidays and I specifically leave things on so I can check my cameras.
Ah, yeah, right.
So shit's on.
Just make sure no one's sneaking in and recording a
My-
podcast.
Yeah. My oh, I meant like security camera out the back or in the front.
I thought you
not
meant these cameras.
but these cameras, yeah, sure. Nobody's stealing them. But or like my lights, my smart lights will still be on their schedule because then it looks like someone's home. Lights
Oh,
come on
really?
every evening, go out at 11 o'clock,
Okay.
smart.
and nobody breaking in here.
You need to work on your like positive noises. They're just a little bit too, a little too positive. Yeah, it's a little too
I'm-
much.
That just reminded me. I only recently thought that I need to work on my my sarcasm. Sometimes I feel like it comes across too
Too
negatively.
serious.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
Like sometimes I'll make sarcastic remarks and I'll be like, ooh, that could have been read the
Oh.
wrong way really easily.
People will spend months knowing me and be like, I'm just figuring out your humor.
Yeah.
I just thought you were serious. I'm like, no, I'm not a lunatic. But then I look back on it and I'm like, yeah, that would be a pretty easy thing to mistake
Mm.
for just general idiocy.
Yeah.
But in fact, it's deeply covert humor. You just missed it.
Deeply covert nerd humor.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
All right, what would be? I was going to ask this on the Zuckerberg thing. What would be your? Let's say it's 80 mil. What would be like your waste of money thing that you're a bit like even at that level of wealth you're still like this is a waste of money, but you
Yes.
do it.
Do you know what I said on a podcast once and I got ridiculed for it? I was like, if I had like a giant room, and the point is not because I'm obsessed with this particular thing, but I was like, I want to have so many rooms that I could have an ironing room. And then everyone's like, oh, you want an ironing room? You want an ironing room? I'm like, no, I don't want an ironing room. I just want to have surplus of so many rooms that everything else is already taken care of, where there's literally just a room
Really?
where there's an iron set up where I don't have to tuck the iron away and put it next to a cupboard or something.
Right.
I can walk in there with a shirt and go, that's done.
See, my idea of having that amount of money
Someone
would
else is
never
doing it for you.
involve ironing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
very strange.
All right,
I think
it's an
you're copping-
ironing
you're
room
copping
for
flack
my
right here.
maid.
You're
Okay,
copping flack
how
right
many-
here and right now, Phil.
Yeah,
If you could
Good.
have like any house, how many bedrooms would you have?
I wouldn't even have that many, to be honest.
Yeah.
You can also get these like cupboard things, like a big tumble dryer where you hang clothes in them and it steams them
That's
for you,
cool.
so you don't
Oh,
even need
that's
an
cool.
iron.
I want that.
I looked at it once.
Do you know what I want?
Thinking I was trying to make my own biltong machine.
In a laundry.
No, I saw this contraption. I was like, there's an
Oh.
idea in that.
Nick's building one. Nick is the guy the don't train too hard guy. That's
Oh yeah.
yeah.
What that genius.
He's
yeah.
building one.
Ah,
A little meat. What's it called? Meat
Bil-
dehydrating box or something.
biltong box.
Biltong box.
He needs the protein. He's got to recover from that session he did last year.
Last year. The
He
one
went
rep max.
90% to his max,
So
he's got
Phil's
to be
got
gassed.
an ironing room. Millard, what about you?
Oh, hold on. You're doing a golf simulator, right?
It's probably that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
I thought that was coming.
Golf simulator / home theater. So the
Yeah, you don't wanna
projector
do them at the same
screen,
time,
the
but yeah.
projector screen has
Like a
a hitting mat,
mesh in front of it?
one of those hitting mats that can raise and lower, and it's also
Yeah.
got the different textures of fake grass.
Yeah,
And then
okay.
behind that, you've got your seats on your riser.
Or would you go like a chipping green out the back?
I don't think I'll need $80 million to do that.
Yeah.
Would you go
Pretty
a
much
full,
just-
like a
He's
maybe a
doing
par
that
3
this
out
A
the
year.
par
back?
3 at the back.
Yeah.
That's up there.
Patrick Mahomes has got that, but he decided
Would you
to
call
half
that, would you call
bill,
that a
so-
waste of money though? I
Well-
I don't even play golf, and I would think that's cool. I would come to his place and be like, "That's fucking cool."
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I'm not
you get
saying
used.
it's a waste. Like I never use this. It's a waste. Like this is pretty.
Unnecessary.
Yeah,
It's- yeah, like the
Like the
unnecessary
money could
spending.
be
Yeah,
going
I
to
could
hungry
just-
people or war
Yeah.
no,
in
no,
Malaysia.
no, no,
As we've discussed.
no.
Don't think so.
Yeah, okay. Mine is not an ironing room, by the way. I just brought that up because it's funny. So
Mine
I want a
wasn't.
different one.
What's your thing?
A DeLorean.
I probably would buy a DeLorean.
You'd buy a DeLorean.
That's not going to cost me much, dude. I've got $80 million.
Yeah, but like, would you trick it out like Back to the Future
Yeah,
style?
with,
or-
with
maybe.
the flux capacitor and fusion
Yeah,
power
but then everyone's
generator.
gonna,
at the
everyone's
back.
gonna think
I
that you're
pro-
60.
I probably wouldn't buy it to drive it.
Yeah, just be like, get a load of this thing.
Yeah.
Where we're
It'll
going.
be in the garage that's got polished floors.
We don't
See,
need
that's
roads.
that's one of my things. I don't think I'd ever want anything where I'd be like bringing people over, being like, "Hey, look at this," because then aren't you just setting yourself up for disappointment? 'Cause, like if you're doing something just for someone else's reaction, then like you get the
But
reaction.
you
it's
don't,
like, well,
you don't
okay, now
have
what?
to. You don't have to do it for that.
Yeah, but are you going to enjoy having a DeLorean that much? You're right. It's not going to cost that much. So the
Not-
sunk
not-
cost
I'm
is
not
minimal.
Not unless
gonna-
he's hitting
You're
88
not
miles
gonna.
per hour.
You're not going to walk in there.
Let's see something.
We're not walking in there and I'm going, check this out.
Yeah.
It'll be you're walking in there and people are like, is that a DeLorean? And then satisfied.
Yeah, but you're still wanting the reaction. That's what I'm saying. I think.
If they don't, then whatever. If they're like, oh my God, is that a Lamborghini
But I think, and this is
spider?
and this is true of any budgeting, is like you can spend money on stuff that other people might think is silly, but if you think it's good, then that's great. But if you're buying stuff because other people are going to
Yeah.
react, that's a really bad use of your money. If you have a ton of money or none, I don't think that's smart. And that's what I mean. And I'm not trying to turn this into a big lecture
Nah,
on buying a fake
that's-
DeLorean.
That's me with most supercars.
Yeah, you see,
If I,
I
have that much
wouldn't
money,
get a
I'm like,
Corolla's fine.
yeah.
I don't, what am I going to drive, a fucking Lambo around Bondi? No.
No, I'm going to drive
People
an
do
RS3.
that. don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fine car. Yeah,
That's a beautiful daily.
Yeah. it's a good daily.
Mine wasn't going to be a golf simulator.
Ah.
It was going to be an in-house butcher.
Oh,
What?
So like
So it's like
You can't react like that, Eli. This is literally
Sorry,
what
sorry.
we spend our money on. That's like a
Opulence.
waste of money.
Hey,
This is
also,
the-
it's a waste
this
of
is
money.
the
I've just got a
extreme.
guy there.
Yeah, but can you imagine killing a cow and then like having 300 grams of it and then like
No, not just like
I should
imagine-
have killed that cow.
imagine like a microcosm of the meat emporium with a guy there who's just fucking ready to go. 3 a.m. up in the middle of the
This
night, like
permanent
get
guy.
home from a drunk
Imagine
evening
that
on the
guy
town.
hadn't
Say,
seen you
Keep
in
the
3
chainsaw
days and then
going.
you just see him at 3 a.m. It's like, dude,
Why?
I was here all day.
Yeah.
Why are you waking me up? You-
hey, he's making enough to not have to worry. But he's on demand.
How much seriously would your net worth have to be for that to be a? It'd be bills.
It wouldn't be one guy.
It would
be a
be-
rotating
yeah, it'd be a
shift.
team.
Obviously,
It would
but
be like at 9 figures.
It'd be bills.
bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But again, wouldn't you just? Yeah. Anyway,
That's the point of
I
it.
don't want to
That's
yuck
the
anyone's
point of
yum.
it.
What's yours?
Well, just for that, like I love the idea, like in-home cook.
Yeah.
1,000%.
No, the cook's there
That'd be
regardless.
amazing. But yeah, would I?
But just a guy to do
A
butchery.
room of red meats that I'm not going to eat
What's yours?
because I'm just one
Yours?
person. That's my thing. Okay, I think the biggest investment would be the house.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be. I don't want to have anything huge, but I'd want to be able to like walk onto a beach. Probably because the thing I fucking hate most is commuting.
Oh yeah,
I'd probably go
you're in the
helicopter
wrong city for that.
if I
yeah.
could. That would be it,
Yeah,
and
but
not because
that's-
I love rotary flight, although I do.
It's convenience.
but that's not unreasonable.
I've
Yeah.
always thought that is not
It's not a
unreasonable.
waste of money.
No.
pretty unreasonable because you could just
I've
get in your
always
car.
thought that. I've
That would
always
be
thought
it.
that where it's like, unless you are, I have a helicopter rich and I'm going
Yeah.
places where I can land my helicopter.
Yep.
You could be just before that rich, which is richer than everyone else around you. And you still have to
that
deal with the
human
same
element of
traffic.
Traffic, yeah.
the
I
same-
hate traffic so much, man.
Like, I thought the most luxurious before that
Mm.
would be a driver.
Yeah,
You don't have to worry about it at all. He comes and picks you up whenever you need him.
Yep.
Or like a team of drivers, like maybe a company that you hire to be your private drivers that will always
Sure.
have a car within 5 minutes or some shit.
Yeah.
Like a taxi that's nicer than a taxi.
no, but I think
But
if
you're
I could
still
do
in traffic.
because if I could do helicopter, then you could realistically be like an hour, 2 hours drive from the city. But that's what in a helicopter, a very small commute. I just need a building with a
It's-
helipad. But yeah, that would be my silly
yeah.
thing. Is like I'm trying to
But
think
if you're
of
an hour out of the city, you can
Yeah.
have
But
land.
I think that's one of the best investments is time
Yeah.
and saving it. That would be it. A personal chef would obviously come first. That'd be amazing because I'm like a very average cook.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know about your laundry room, but everything would be getting dry cleaned. But I just think of stuff I don't want to do that I could try and cut
Well,
out.
you know,
Traffic.
technology,
Mm.
this does not exist as far as I know, or it wouldn't exist being good, but folding. Like you can't do that without a person folding your clothes.
Like, I think
there's a
everyone should be
machine to
doing
dry
a TAFE
it,
course on
There's
folding.
a machine to steam it.
Yeah.
And then what?
That's the future
You
of
still have to fold it
the
and
work
put it
You
force.
can
in
buy
your
the old.
fucking.
You can buy the old Sheldon Cooper thing that he. I don't know.
Yeah,
you
like
know
there's
that
little
thing.
weird machines that will do it, but it's not going to be a good fold, right?
how are you pitching this as a business? This is what it feels like. It's like this is
I'm not. I'm saying the
no?
technology doesn't exist and it probably never will.
to fold clothes.
Oh, Tesla robots.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Tesla robots.
I feel like that's something that could be automated. I don't want to be a bummer and crush your business dreams, but I feel like you can
What do you mean?
have some sort of fold bot.
Yeah,
It's like the
But I've
pasta butter guy in Rick
I've
and
just
Morty.
changed. I've just changed
Yeah.
topics here. So Tesla bot, like a
Yeah.
humanoid robot.
Boston.
Do you think?
Which, by the way, if they go evil and people are killed by the Tesla bots, I have zero sympathy for anyone who bought one.
Okay, so I'm assuming you would never have one, because my first
I
part of
didn't
my
say
question.
that. I'm
Yeah.
willing to die and not have to do chores.
First part of the question was, do we genuinely think that they will become like a staple household item?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Like the
something like that's
sometime
going to happen.
soon. And then
Yeah.
secondly,
yeah, very Jetsons. Yeah,
secondly, right now, if they said, "Here's a Tesla robot," what would you invest in one if it could do like most things that are realistic for a robot?
Okay. Hold on, can we get to that? But I want to hear Malad's rich one because I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
otherwise we're going to skip it.
Oh, yeah,
but that's a great
sorry.
question.
I missed your.
Oh, I
had
Waste
a lot
time.
of time to think about it, Millard.
She's got like a Crocs room. Like,
I think it would have to be like my own bar, like a pub.
oh yeah, okay.
yeah, I like that.
Like a pub,
Do you want like a
cigar lounge kind
Ooh,
of.
Yeah, okay.
Ed Sheeran has that.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
so
you
you
have
have
a
like-
bartender there.
As part of your house or like downstairs, like
No, it
publicly
would be like a
accessible?
separate
In-
building.
instead
so like
of
a
an
little
on-
cottage.
Instead of an ensuite in
Yeah.
his master bedroom, he's
Yeah.
got the bar.
That's a big move.
So
You know
it'd be
what?
like a cottage
Just a guy
with a
cocktail
bar.
shaking in the bathroom.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I really like the like separate cottage. If I have a ton of land, instead of having like a giant house with everything in it, I would prefer to have like separated areas, like my gym. I'd prefer that to be like a
Yeah,
an
so you
out-
still got to kind
outhouse.
of drive to it, have like a little golf
no,
cart.
yeah, maybe not that far, but like just a walk where like you go
Yeah.
outside,
Nah, I
you're
want a
then
golf
in your
cart.
gym zone rather
Golf
than
cart.
just walking through to
Or
another
like
room.
a quad
Okay.
bike.
Golf cart's pretty good because it implies that you need it
Yeah.
to drive around wherever
Yeah.
you live.
So I would have a golf cart to drive
Mm.
to my pub and have someone there shaking cocktails,
Yeah,
whatever.
And then get
breathalyzed.
really wasted and drive your golf cart back and be like,
yeah.
nobody's gonna do me.
And I
Yeah,
have some
imagine-
ramps and jumps on the way back.
Imagine taking a helicopter to
That'd be
that
mad.
pub. Oh.
Now we're talking.
Now
You're
we're
taking
Drunk
3
driving the
minutes.
Could be good.
Oh,
No,
shit.
okay. So that question of like, what do you want automated? I mean, it's really for me. It's cleaning, cooking. Laundry's low on that list.
I think cleaning would probably be the first and most realistic one
Yeah.
anyway. Cooking's probably pretty difficult.
Yep.
Getting a robot to get things correct or
Sure.
right.
I haven't even mastered it.
Laundry may be difficult, but I think that would be on the top
No, I
priority
think
list for people to
I'd do
make
that,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just in terms of like what I would want,
I would
doing
I would
laundry,
want laundry.
is barely a chore now.
Nah, I would want laundry.
Really?
It's do you know what I hate about laundry? It's not so much even the chore part. It's all the bits that you have to hang. Like
Ah, that's my most like
it's just cluttering shit up.
that's my most boring indulgence. I love, and this is
Yeah,
so
to
lame.
hang, but then
No,
when
but
I'm
like
talking
when the
about
weather's hot and dry and I'm hanging stuff out, I'm like, this
Oh,
is going to be dry in
outside.
like an hour. Oh, yes.
I don't really
So
have-
boring, but I
like,
love it.
out there's a little drying rack. But
Oh, when
there's
you
so
get it in
many-
the sun and you know
Yeah,
the
but
wind's
this-
coming through.
nah.
Oh, baby.
Nah.
This is, I could,
Start that stopwatch.
oh, I just pull up a chair. This is fantastic. Crack a beer that I don't drink. It's going to be great.
Yeah, see, I hang all my stuff inside, and then it just clutters the.
Phil,
the
you haven't
place
lived
up.
until you've
Oh, I know. I used to
got
hang
them on a
stuff
Hills
outside.
hoist. Oh, Australia's greatest invention. We invented Wi-Fi, and I'll still take the Hills hoist.
The Hills hoist
Mm.
over Wi-Fi.
Was Wi-Fi done
talking
for
about-
me in terms of drying my clothes?
We're talking
Little.
benefits to society as a whole.
Okay.
Well, do you know that that's considered one of the most like important machines in women's liberation is laundry machines?
Yeah.
Because it was such a laborious task, like so hour intensive, that obviously fell to women.
They didn't even have time to vote before then.
I don't know which came first, and I should, but I don't. But I know it was massively important in terms of how many hours it took off women's plates.
Yeah. Just a washing machine
Yeah,
and a dishwasher.
Crazy.
Nothing
dishwasher.
Mm.
I don't
Dishwasher
know.
not so much probably
Yeah.
because a lot of the time it was probably like a communal thing.
Positive sigh.
Like after dinner, help wash up. It could be done as a team, whereas
Yeah,
like
maybe.
the laundry probably wasn't so
Laundry,
much.
like having to use that rack
Yeah.
sucked.
I just do it on my stomach.
I just have extremely filthy clothes. That explains a lot.
Yeah, the old washboards. Fuck. Dishwasher. You seen that the battleships box? Fun for the whole family, and father and son are playing, and mother and daughter are doing
Yeah,
the
that's
dishes in
pretty
the
bad.
background.
That's pretty bad. Every time, people talk about social justice stuff, but then you see like an ad for something from the 40s and you're like, oh, that is
Yeah.
not great.
Yeah, it's rough.
Well, ad's a fan, but that's. I can tell you've got stuff to say, but it's.
It's
Oh, just
holding
thinking of
back.
all the
Freely,
memes.
It's holding
Thinking
all
of
the
back.
memes that I like.
I saw a little a reel today talking about some dude who was the father of modern propaganda, and there was a campaign
Talking
he ran.
Goebbels?
What
Who
is
is it?
modern propaganda?
Pre-Goebbels.
Pre-girls.
A guy by the name of Edward Bernays, who
Sure.
um,
The source guy.
he to encourage women smoking, he billed cigarettes as torches of freedom.
Okay.
Yeah,
What?
to entice women to smoke.
Torches of freedom.
Yeah,
That's
Because it was
crazy.
Yeah. Like that's how mental, like if we went back in time to those times, we would think people are legit being crazy or joking. Because there was things
Well,
That were
and,
just
and
not
vice versa,
done.
by the way.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that were not done by vice versa, absolutely. Imagine if they came here and they're like,
Well, I think that both of us would have a point.
mm,
Like if you were to talk to someone about, like, oh, hey, what do you think of black people? Someone 100 years ago,
yeah.
that would be, opinions that I think we are right to think would be disgraceful. But I don't think you'd have to work too hard to find opinions that we hold semi-seriously today.
that you think people
That people 100 years ago would be like, this guy's a fucking idiot.
mm,
So I don't think it's just been purely progress.
most females actually think jacked guys are gross.
I love dad bod.
Hasn't been my experience.
It's a lie.
Oh, what am I talking about then? Rocking a dad bod, basically.
Are you?
No.
No, not at all.
I think their
wearing
standard of
baggy
what,
clothes.
I'm V-tape it as fuck.
I think their standard of what a dad bod actually is just
Oh, it's
like
cra-
jacked.
It's like Henry
Yeah.
Cavill, but like not filming.
yeah,
That's what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It's
Off
like
still
season.
fucking got a six pack.
yeah, it's had a couple of beers
Yeah,
after gymming for 10 years.
yeah,
No, it's
Yeah.
like no, a dad bod is like your dad's bod.
yeah.
He's a dad
yeah.
bod.
Yeah.
Like unless your dad's jacked, I don't want to fucking hear about it.
Yeah.
No, all the time.
Yeah. Minus any gym.
Mm.
The actual dad bod is like Jonah Hill halfway through his weight loss.
Yeah.
I will say I hate guys our age and younger talking about how they've got a dad bod. It's like, no, dude, no, I don't want to hear it.
Give
Well,
it 15
I feel
years
like-
to
I
set
feel-
in.
Yeah, no, until you have kids, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. No, I feel like in our circle, that's clearly just said as a joke, right?
Yeah, but no, guys
Like
who
you've-
sort of own it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Like
uh,
you've just been in a calorie surplus for a couple of weeks and you're like, oh, this dad bod, God,
Yeah.
sort this out.
I'm trying to command this dog. It's just not.
Not when he's itchy boy. Look at him, he's in the zone.
He's loving it.
Well, I'd watch that left leg if I were you.
Oh yeah. I think he can smell Kobe.
No, the humping
You-
thing
you
is
just-
just like a situational thing. You must have just had it in the
Oh,
wrong spot,
really?
and he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, what's going on here?"
Talk about an unwanted erection, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, is he gonna? Oh, he is. He's thinking about just curling up on that little.
Go.
Good boy.
dog.
Hey.
One of the few dogs that always gets called a she.
Yeah, looks
Oh, that's
always.
crazy, man. It's super
Always.
masculine, this dog.
but like, him and a female version of him would look the same. So like
The
you
female
could
might be a bit more.
Butch.
masculine.
That's a good dog.
What do you think the least masculine dogs are?
It's got to be one of Phil's.
Is it a mini cavoodle?
What, sausage dogs?
Most likely.
Sausage dogs, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think so. I think
They're not masculine. Like I could see a dude owning
Yeah.
a sausage
We know
dog.
people who've got, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say like a Pomeranian.
Steve.
Yeah, it's going to be up there.
Yeah.
Pomeranians are
I hate those dogs. I would
little
prefer a
yappers.
Chihuahua than a.
Oh, no, Chihuahuas are disgusting, man. I can't stand them.
Really?
They're so aggressive.
Yeah.
I don't like
They
any.
they have small man syndrome.
Yeah.
Chihuahuas.
Yeah.
Big time.
And does anyone have a stance on the French bulldog?
I'm
Oh,
off
I
them.
don't have a stance. Like,
They're
I
getting
wouldn't,
less,
I wouldn't
because
own
they're
one.
getting bred so aggressively. It's
Yeah.
not good.
It's one of the dogs vets recommend not owning
Mm.
Oh, absolutely.
because they have such bad breathing issues.
It used
Oh, yeah.
to be
Yeah.
pugs,
Same as
but they might
pugs.
have gone past them.
Same as pugs. Yeah.
Pugs had a real renaissance like 10 years ago. They're it's almost unethical to have one of them.
They
They're
sound
so
terrible.
unhealthy. Oh my goodness.
That's the
I
same
feel
as French
terrible for
bulldogs,
them.
though.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
French bulldogs might be worse.
That's how we
now,
got
yeah.
to the conversation.
Yeah, no, but I thought you were saying.
Fucking headset work.
I thought you
Hello?
were saying pugs are just worse. It's unethical to own them.
No,
general.
it's real close.
Yeah.
Both of them are. You know, the one I like is the Australian bulldog, where you breed a boxer with an English bulldog. So a little bit bigger, no breathing issues. They look great.
Can you bring that up, Phil?
Oh, yeah.
Good looking dogs. I could see
Certainly.
you owning one. They're sort of like almost mastiff looking.
I've been sick of
Australian
looking at Will Forte for the last hour.
I want to get my dad one for a retirement present. I'm not getting him one until he retires, but yeah. So they look like English bulldogs, but they're just big.
They're still going to have issues, aren't they?
No, apparently way healthier.
Okay.
Because
My-
again, you know, a boxer, like very lean, like, yeah, sort of short nose, but very lean dogs.
Still looks a bit Churchill-ish, but
Oh, yeah. Like it hasn't lost the Englishness about it.
Mm.
my friends have a dog, Australian Shepherd, cross with a Pomeranian.
No way.
Ooh,
You
wow.
want a cute dog,
Australian Shepherd's a beautiful dog.
My sister's got an Australian Shepherd.
but cross with the Pom.
Pomeranian.
Yep. Have a look at this dog.
You don't know what a Pomeranian is?
No, but
Oh,
cross
yeah,
with
but
an Aussie
crossed
Shepherd.
with an Aussie. But these are all puppies, right? Or is that? Oh my god!
That's cute.
Yeah, Phil, maybe you could wean yourself off these current crop of dogs and get
Do you
onto
know,
some
do you know
normal
why
dogs.
I like the poodly dogs? Is because they lose less hair. This guy
I get
is
that.
so
I get that.
hairy. Like there's hair everywhere.
Yeah.
What was the Eli? You'll know this. The when the Simpsons got their replacement dog for Santa's little helper, was it Laddie?
Yeah. Are you wearing a tie? Didn't you notice?
I thought about one of these. This is a border collie poodle, which is like slightly
Yeah, but border collie, anything is going to be
Millard, where do you
energetic.
rate that
so
one?
energetic.
Is it-
That's why I was like, nah, no way. I don't
What-
have the
what
I don't
kind
have
of
the
scale?
time for that.
Which way does it lean? That kind of dog.
What do you mean?
Like, what's the scale? What are we talking about? It's a cuteness scale.
1 boom to 5 booms.
Bad scale.
Bad scale.
I'd give it 3 booms. Boom, boom, boom.
Phil, I
Oh,
really want you to
that's-
find out about this content.
That's a viral clip
Did
right
you see
there.
the one where it's like, oh, I'm sorry your brother died.
Yep.
You get 5 big
Oh,
booms.
we're so sorry to hear about your brother who died. He gets 5 big booms. Boom, 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 boom. Phil, do me a favor and pull up YouTube and then type in Joseph.
I need a fresh tab.
You
I'm gonna be
do.
watching
Type
all
in
these tabs
Joseph
tonight.
Michael with no A. Michael,
Mikael.
just L, Mikel. Has anyone seen this guy?
No.
Yes.
All right,
He's
no.
hilarious.
11-minute video.
Yep. Just play it. I want to get some live reactions. Does it play through these
Yes,
headsets?
it will.
Wow.
Wow.
Eli, I don't know if you've seen this guy, but I
This
feel
guy's
like
absolutely- I feel like this is what Eli's like on Tinder.
I want to get this and put my cum in it and wear it. All right. So we're on Hinge.
Maximize
far off.
it.
We
Maximize it.
are on Hinge once again. Second Hinge segment. Second Hinge segment. Can y'all not get TikTok brain for 1 second? And can I go grab my other phone to put music on the speaker? Because like my brain is tweaking out because I need it for ambiance.
Have you
and
ever
shit.
watched the long
I go
form?
crazy for sassy men. That shit is
Of this?
wild. I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
heard that before.
Let's see
Like,
the reels.
Is he live streaming this? Is
Yep,
he?
this is
Yeah.
his stream.
His reels are better because it's just like the
The reels are like the highlights of these
Yeah.
things
Yeah,
where he's just
okay.
typing ridiculous messages.
and then he matches with them.
Oh, when they
So
when they
funny.
converse. Oh,
Wow. This is what it's come to.
that's proper brain rot
Snowflake. Brain rot.
there. An app background there. Snowflake.
Just to make myself feel cooler in here because it's fucking hot.
It's hot.
It is
Oh
warm.
yeah.
Can't wait to be rich and have aircon in bedrooms. And
That's the
studio
dream.
room.
Oh, that's the other thing I'd need. I'd need something that makes me extremely cold when I go to sleep. That's what I want. I don't know what the technology would need to
Eight
be,
sleep.
but I want to feel very warm in bed in an extremely cold
I
room.
know what it
That
is.
would be my
And a shopping center air conditioning unit.
colder. I want
Really?
I would want it to be extreme. I'd
You
want it to
know-
feel like it's snowing in my room,
Really?
and yet the bed is very hot. That's what I want.
Let me tell you about my Canadian friend that was here. He was on the podcast and he was telling me
Mm.
about in winter in Canada. So we're talking like it gets to minus 30,
Mm.
if not colder.
Mm.
He lived with roommates. He will not shut the window
Yeah,
through
hero.
winter.
Yeah.
So they basically closed his door and they bought things to like insulate his room door so that it wouldn't make the rest of the house cold.
It's ridiculous.
So his room
That's
was like
crazy.
a freezer.
Yeah.
And he would go in there and he's like, your memory foam mattress will be like hard as fuck and
Yeah.
it'll slowly warm up and like you'll sink into it as your body heat
I could see myself
heats
liking
it
that.
up. And then he'll obviously have a big doona, but I don't even think he wears pajamas. So just like underwear,
Yeah.
big doona. And he reckons best sleep.
Yeah,
Of
but
your
the
life,
problem will be
No way.
getting up. I'm not
Yeah.
getting out of that
I reckon
bed.
the problem
Nah.
will be getting in.
Nah.
You
You
literally
do
going
that
into
like
a freezing
getting
bed.
excited thing. No, you'd
You'd
be
get
fine.
dopamine.
He
You'd be
has-
fine.
He
Yeah,
has.
Little
Yeah.
tantrum.
Yeah, like happy tantrum. Yeah.
I thought I think it's fucking. Is that not dangerous? Because he said he has multiple times he's had his glass of water freeze on his bedside table. Like that's how cold we're
Yeah.
talking in his room.
The human body
Yeah,
is
that's
an
why I
amazing
reckon
thing, Phil.
getting in the hole in the bed
Yeah, fuck
would
that.
be tough, especially if you're just in your undies.
Yeah.
And then it would take a while for it to warm up as well.
Imagine trying to convince chicks to sleep over. He said
Yeah.
it's like the biggest challenge for him dating. It's like,
Oh wow.
Oh,
Hey,
do
do you like-
surely you can
Do you
turn
like
that
freezers?
yeah, of course, but like long term, if you're thinking about moving in together and
off.
you're
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I need to
that's gonna
sleep
be a
in minus 10
compromise.
degrees.
Yeah, that's gonna be
So
tough.
are you familiar with the Arctic Circle?
Yeah.
If I wanted to go.
But he reckons he's had girls sleep over and he's convinced them to sleep over and they'll start off by like snuggling up to him and be like, oh my God, it's so cold. And then they'll move away because he reckons he produces so much heat that it's like under the
That's
doona,
insane.
it's just hot.
Well, that's so again, not to that extreme, but that's how hot I get when I sleep.
Yeah.
I need to have a cold shower before I get in bed.
Really?
Yeah,
I get like that
I
even
just
in
run
winter.
hot. Yeah,
But I would still never do that. Like,
Never sleep in minus 30 degrees? Yeah, probably neither.
yeah.
I'd give it a
That's
try.
like- That's like some Mount Everest shit. Like you gonna freeze to death, boy.
Yeah.
If the guy from the Outdoor Boys can handle it,
The
anyone's
Outdoor
familiar
Boys.
with the Outdoor
Oh
Boys?
yeah.
Who is an Outdoor
Best
Boys?
content on YouTube.
Best.
Best content.
you've gone for a few on
I
these
know,
last
I
few
know, I know.
recommendations.
But
I don't know, buddy.
just this guy goes out to like the Alaskan wilderness, just does like basic wilderness survival. Wholesome content.
Yeah.
Non-monetized.
Yeah, I've seen their
Oh.
videos.
Mm.
Nothing's monetized for me. Premium.
Adam's doing nothing but stereotypes.
All
right.
I never do.
Can I give you some would you rathers?
Yes.
Still.
All right. What food group would you have to give up to not become a Jehovah's Witness? So to become a Jehovah's Witness, or
give up a.
yeah, and let's say that we're all like 3 of us have to become Jehovah's Witnesses. So it's the person who gives up the most extreme food for life. Doesn't have to be. What do you bid? I'll start the bidding at red meat. I'll give it up.
What?
Or become a Jehovah's Witness. Are you fucking kidding me? Like put on a suit on Saturday and be like, oh, hey, have you heard of... No. No. And it's the suit bit
But
that
why
I...
would you go red meat?
Well, that's my first bid.
Okay.
You know, you got something better for me?
Oh, right. You're saying you're going straight to the top and that's the most
It's hard
extreme and
'cause-
we're
well,
not going to
that's-
beat it.
Phil has given up almost every other food
Yeah, that's
group
what I was going to say. What if I
Well,
give
you
up
can go back to whatever.
everything but
without the
red meat?
Jehovah's Witness thing.
Oh, okay. Well, what's more extreme? The only thing he can put in his mouth is red meat.
Water.
Okay, well, you're going to die.
Or if the option's that or become a Jehovah's Witness.
You'd rather kill yourself than be a Jehovah's Witness.
I don't know what you're a Jehovah's.
I don't know anything about them. All I know is the
It's-
memes.
I've got no experience, but like it's a pretty involved religion.
Oh, yeah, big time.
You're not half-assing it. And you, by the way, like you still have to be yourself. Like you can't just adopt that sort of like that. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
You still don't really believe it. You just have to
You have to
walk
start.
around
You have to
preaching.
force
You have
yourself.
to sip a Kool-Aid that you don't
Yeah.
like the taste
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
Mine would be, I don't know.
What's more extreme? Because I think for you, it's less extreme to give up everything else.
He already has done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not true. Like,
Well,
I
let's
would,
just assume that
Mostly.
you could eat, because it's a choice. You can eat whatever you want.
So you're giving up every single other food source except red meat.
no, I'm saying that's still very extreme, even for me, because
Okay,
I
well,
still
let's
love
say
eating
that's-
other things.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
True,
Okay. Well,
true.
let's say that's the bid. What are you bidding? You got to come up with something more extreme than literally everything except red meat. That's a tough one to beat.
It's a
Yeah,
tough
it
one.
is a tough
Everything,
one to beat.
including red meat.
Yeah.
I just will not eat.
Um,
Food group. Nah, I think mine's a cheat. You can't do that. You said one food group. I can't just say everything.
No, that's fine. Leaving. No, okay. Someone's going to come up with a more extreme.
I'll do the whole bottom of the food pyramid.
Give
the
it up.
whole grain section.
That's easy. Yeah, I could do that.
I could do that.
Yeah, I'm still in.
Grain, flour, bread. Adam couldn't.
I would do that.
Bread's his favorite.
Bread is my favorite, but if the alternative was door knocking,
Not just for like a sales job.
Yeah, you're not making
Mm.
money.
That'd be tough.
yeah, I'd probably be able to give it up.
Give up the bread.
Seriously, if it came to it, I reckon I could take one cut of meat and I'd be all right. And salt.
Forever. As the only thing you would eat.
Overdoing.
What's the cut?
Oh, if I got to pick,
Rump cap.
I probably would.
I would too.
Yeah.
And people say people like all the expensive cuts. I'm like, rump is delicious and it's got a mad fat cap that can be rendered beautifully.
I can do a few more things with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. If price was no option, I might think about it, but certainly,
Wagyu eye fillet?
bang for probably something like that. Yeah. Well, maybe not eye fillet.
Yeah, but Wagyu is not a cut. Wagyu could be
No, but it would.
Wagyu rump.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But also, if it's Wagyu, then the rump cap stops being so important to me because you're already getting so much fat.
Yeah,
The cap of it doesn't really matter to me. Like at that point, I don't mind it being a leaner.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, doesn't matter. There was another
Right,
one.
next question.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good one though. Because the original question was become a Jehovah's Witness or give up cheese. And it's like, bro, I don't think you've thought about this. It's not
Is there a
hard.
response to that thread?
There is, but I'm not going to get into it. It's like 3 years old and I'm just be like, hey, you guys are idiots. Okay. Would you rather watch a porno of your parents, start to finish, but they're not there? Or you got to watch a porno with your parents, but it's one that you've watched. And I'm going to put it out there that it is somewhere in the top 20% of ones you wouldn't want them seeing. Could be top 1 or could be top 20.
And the setup is
They know.
they know that you watch this.
Oh, yeah.
And you're saying,
And I'm going to up it a little bit more. In both instances, you're 18. It's your 18th birthday. It's ruined.
Is it
Is
basically-
it something you
Nah, okay.
Because I feel like it's not as bad when you're like 30. It's like, yeah, no, I'm like sexually active. Like
Was
this
I
is
not?
what I'm like. You can cope with that, but you lack that power to do that as an 18-year-old.
You lack that
That would be
confidence
the end of the
in
world.
there. So
Yeah.
that's interesting. So basically, you kidnapped me. You've put me in a room.
It is
And
your
you've
actual
either-
18th birthday, by the way.
And
It's actually getting
on
ruined.
my 18th birthday, you've kidnapped me.
Yeah.
You've put me in a room. You've now walked my parents in, and then you've said, "Now here's something from Phil's browser history."
Yeah.
Boom. Or you've put me in the room. My parents don't walk in,
Mm.
and you say, "Here's something that I need you to watch."
Yeah.
Boom.
But is it something you've actively pursued to watch, or it's like you've accidentally seen it?
Doesn't matter. He's
No,
looking through your
no,
browsing.
because I think we've all seen like the thumbnail or whatever it's called, and it's just horrendous.
yeah,
and
that's
like,
true.
my mates have been like, "Oh, look at this!" It's
Yeah,
like,
no,
"Oh,
no,
what the fuck?"
No, you've actively clicked it and then continued watching it.
Well, that's whole internet history is. Oh, my mate showed me.
No, okay, so we're saying you've watched it start to finish.
Nah, you've
Or-
clicked on it.
Ah,
You knew what it was about. You clicked on it. You watched it for a bit. Yeah. Start to finish is no.
nobody's watching start to
I
finish.
was about to say, I don't know who's sitting
No.
down. With the,
No,
flew
Watching
in
for the plot.
40 mins. Yeah.
I'm like, click, click,
You know,
click, click. Oh,
Oh,
maybe
what's
back to this
what's in
bit.
that pizza
Nah.
box? What's in there? What's the story?
Stuck in the washing machine.
So it's in the top 20% of
I'm just
what you
trying
don't
to
want
figure
to
out. I'm like, she's pretty slim. Her arm's not stuck anywhere.
see.
Yeah, I spent the first half an hour just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I had to rewatch it to try and make sense of it. Got the whiteboard out.
How is she stuck? I don't understand.
I don't know.
What are you doing? I think knowing what I was like at 18, and that's not saying I would have watched any depraved stuff. I don't think I would have, but I don't think I could handle my parents seeing it.
what
Yeah.
you've
No.
you've clicked
Even
on or
even if
searched.
it was like
Yeah.
normal,
Not at 18.
I still couldn't handle it. It's the 18 thing.
As a nervous 18-year-old
Yeah.
who's like fresh out of school, your life's ahead of you.
Whereas it like, I'm nearly 30. You could come up with like a fake, disgusting one I hadn't even watched. And I could just be like, yeah, no, that's what I'm into. Yeah. Like it just
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't, yeah.
But at
wouldn't give a
18,
shit.
I couldn't handle it.
No, you're right.
I'm the same.
it would be
So
completely daunting.
You'd watch your parents.
I'd
And
have
like,
to.
yeah. And like, who cares?
Oh, you say
Whatever.
that, but it
Delete
could
that.
get it could get
Could get bad.
You're right.
It's easy to trivialize, but
It's like the
Could get
pro.
worse
The,
than the actual porn.
it's the
Yeah.
Oh shit, she's got a strap on.
oh, that'd be terrible.
Like, why is Dad the stepsister? I don't understand.
Why has he got a dress on? That's weird.
Wait, who's that guy?
Wait, I thought you said I'd be watching my parents. Why is Dad on the chair in the corner?
Is the neighbor supposed to be here?
Oh man.
Wait, the dog? No.
Okay. You got any more?
I'm just coming up with them on the fly. All right. What about you can talk to your future self once every 6 months, and you can ask yourself whatever you want.
How future?
What you get to choose,
Oh, yeah?
but you can't choose any like monetary questions. So it can't be like, hey, what stock should I buy? It's none of that. It's just you can get life advice from future you. Or I'll give you, like, you don't have to, like, it's covered. It's not slave labor. You get a personal chef and housekeeper.
Millard was
Oh.
kind of hoping it would be slave labor.
Yeah, I think he was. I can see that. Yeah, what are you going for?
I don't know. I think I'd go the chef and maid.
I think I would too, because I was thinking
Yeah.
about this. If because I saw a kid on the bus here who went to my school, and it was just like that moment. Oh fuck, this kid's graduating class of like 27. I was 13. This fuck, I'm getting old. But I was like, if that was me getting on the bus, I don't know why I thought this, but I'm like, what would I tell myself? And I'll probably be like, no, you're fine.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing. Like it's okay. Like
You'll grow into the forehead.
you won't. No, this is
No,
for life,
so-
buddy. Just try and get to 100 kilos.
And I think it's also, and this is obviously,
Start lifting now.
Yeah.
yeah, that's the only thing you'd get. But this is all obviously speculation because it's so impossible to ever know what that would be like to be able to talk to a future version
totally.
of yourself. But
Oh, but
like there's a whole thing of like, there's that whole thing of like, would it really be a good thing to know shit
Well, from the other
from
side,
the future?
would it not be butterfly affecting the future you
Correct.
as well?
So as soon as the
We've
future
got
you
it-
tells you
like,
something,
Again, that's absolutely true. But butterfly affecting, you talk to a different future you in the next 6 months.
Yeah, but see, I would
Mm.
hate that because, like, what if I've acted on
Yeah, and then
something?
you're homeless.
The next
Oh,
one,
damn
yeah,
it.
the next one, I've just fucked up my entire future.
Yeah.
You don't want to know. I don't think you would want to know.
That said, and I'm sorry if I'm monopolizing. Sorry, you boys go. Sorry, you go.
No, that's actually a good point
Yeah.
because that would drive me insane.
I don't think
Because
you
then
would
I
want.
would be scared to even do anything.
I don't think we would want to know. And these are like questions in themselves, right? Would you want to know? Like, for instance, would you want to know the exact day that you're going to die?
Yeah, different thing though,
Probably not.
because that's not what I'd be asking.
Yeah.
I'd be asking, dude, because the two biggest variables I think we were all sort of at the age of facing is like life partner, kids or no kids, and how many kids. So those two as a subsection. That would be the question I'd be asking. Is like, hey, was that the right call marrying?
Oh,
was
so
that-
you would be getting inside scoop on
Yeah.
you had kids. Do you regret it or
hey,
not?
let's be frank here, because I think there's so many people who can't admit it because they can't admit it to themselves, but having kids wasn't the right thing for them. I see that all the time. And again, it's not like they're coming out saying like, I hate my kids, and I'm glad they don't.
But they're not as happy or thriving
don't
as
think
they
they are.
probably would
I
have
don't think they
been.
are.
Yeah.
And that's not me saying I don't want to have kids. I'm not saying that for a minute.
No.
No.
I get exactly what you're saying.
How many people at 50 would go back and make major changes
Yeah.
to what they did at 25? Probably a
But I
lot
think
of them.
I think that whole thing is what we're all. Well,
Does it
a
take
lot
away
of
from
our
the experience?
generation
Yeah.
is subconsciously trying to avoid by just pushing it later and later
Oh, yeah.
because
Oh,
we're
yeah.
going, no, I need to experience things. I don't want to be
Yeah.
like my parents. Like all
Yeah.
they did was have us, and then
Yeah.
that was their entire life. I think that's a big part of it. And the other part is that we're all obsessed with double income, no kids, and wanting to do heaps of shit that's really expensive and like
Yeah.
supposed to buy a house.
But there's
Yeah.
also excitement with not knowing what's going to
That
happen.
was
Yeah.
my point. Yeah, I agree.
If the alternative's having a personal chef and a maid,
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
I'd probably
that's pretty
I'd
sweet.
take that over
That's
the
pretty sweet.
knowing
Oh my God.
Talking to
If
your future
I
self
never have to clean
every
again
day.
Mm.
or cook,
or
Fucking
fold
hell.
your laundry.
oh my
Yeah.
God. I'd be obsolete.
Yeah.
Now the cables aren't going to organize themselves,
That's
Phil.
true. Look behind
Also,
you,
can we
Eli.
just appreciate and shout out to all the acoustic paneling in here?
Just
didn't
about
notice it
cable
last time,
management.
but that
Just look behind you.
Didn't
Look-
notice it, but there is a lot.
There's
Am I just inflexible enough to?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
So
going to take your word on it that you've done a great job.
That's right. There's no cables loose.
Ah, this guy. That's a tough one. Honestly, though, I think I'd be going the future self conversation.
What?
Yeah. I think
After
I
all
would.
this, okay,
I think I would.
you've thrown it in there. And
I would,
okay, so what's
yeah.
your reasoning there?
Well,
Because of the
again, I think it's
should I have
like,
kids?
yeah, it's been killing me lately. Because like I don't know if it's the
We're about to have a therapy session, aren't we?
no, not even. It's just because like I'm 30 this year,
Mm.
and it's really.
I'll tell you from the other side, it's horrible. It's horrible, man. Don't do it.
What about
I wouldn't
40?
do it. I wouldn't do
No, right.
it.
No. It's one of those things. Like I reckon, 2 weeks after, I'm gonna be like, yeah, okay, now life's the same. Like, what was I doing?
2 weeks after turning 30.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Oh yeah. You
It doesn't
will
matter.
absolutely not feel a difference.
It doesn't matter. But all this stuff that when I was like 27, 28, I just couldn't care less about. I'm now like, oh shit. Like, okay, I'm an adult. Like,
Have you built yourself a psychological deadline at 30 for
it's not even
certain
deadline.
things?
It's just like,
but it's like a milestone.
mistakes when you're 22 aren't big deals, but you could be paying for, mistakes in your 30s literally forever. And obviously that's not including, if you commit crimes or whatever, like, that's going to stay with you, and pregnancies, that sort of thing. But it's, the biggest decision you're ever going to make is who you're going to partner with,
Mm.
and then how many kids you're going to have, if any. And those are around the corner. So it's definitely hitting me at the moment.
You know what? The kids thing is also, if you look at your life as a whole, right? You're still going to have the same mind from the ages of 60 to 80. You're just going to have a
Yeah.
very different body and your mind's going to be fuller of more experiences. But the kids thing is also a window that then turns into other things, right? So the later we leave it,
Mm.
the more life it's going to take up later on. Like if you
Sure.
have kids at 30, by the time they're 18, you're just about 50.
Yeah.
By the time they're 20, you are 50.
Yeah.
Whereas if you did it really early, you had kids at 20, you'd only be
Oh,
38
no,
by the time they're
get
18.
that. I get that opportunity cost, and I'm not. It's not even a when. It's just a like I don't think you have to look too far around our parents' age or younger, and so much happiness was either created or destroyed by who they married,
Oh, yeah.
and by some other key decisions there, and that feels like so far away when you're 26, 27. But now I'm like, okay,
Feels around the corner now.
I need to get in. I need to start picking some lanes.
You know what I thought when I turned 33? I was like, fuck, I remember when my mum was 33.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That was a fucked
Yeah.
up thought. I was like,
I
fuck.
think I've heard you
Yeah.
say that before.
Because I was, yeah, probably because I was 10. So, like,
Yeah.
very much conscious enough to remember these things. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, my mum's 33. And now I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, I thought she was like
Oh,
this old
Yeah.
adult.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't be that extreme, but definitely like stories dad would tell. And I'm like, oh, I'm older than that
Yeah.
now. And those stories to me, I think I've said this. My dad's stories in my head take place in black and white.
Yes.
And I'm not kidding. Like, that's not a joke. That's how I saw them, because that's, insulting or not, that's how I actually picture his stuff.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh no, he was just me, but like a few years before.
Yeah. It's
We're
so
pretty
weird
similar
to think.
guys.
It's so weird to think now
Yeah.
of like your parents doing the same crazy shit, having very similar conversations with their friends,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
now that I'm experiencing my sister having 2 kids,
Oh, I can only imagine.
like it's the whole. I remember being the kid, and the adults are like trying to play cards or
Yeah.
something, and then you're like, I want attention, and they're like trying to put you to bed.
Yeah.
And now we're those adults trying to play cards, and we're like, oh, don't wake up the kids, don't wake up the
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
I'm like, this is weird.
I'm getting that one, and this is moving the conversation as well. But a good friend of mine, same age, but his parents are probably a bit more than 10 years older than mine.
Mm.
And so they're having like, hey, what's going to happen in 10, 15 years when they're sort of, really getting older? Because that's going to fall to, me. I don't know if it's going to fall to you just because you've got other siblings, but I'm the eldest. Probably
I'm the oldest.
No, but like you've got other siblings, or at least one other sibling nearer your parents
Oh, got it.
geographically.
Yeah.
So who's going to be taking charge? I'm not sure. I know it's going to fall to me. And like my earliest memory, and one of my favorites, is when I could hide behind my dad. When this is such a random one, but we met Jeff the Wiggle at a hardware store, and I was so discombobulated that he wasn't on TV, that it was kind of scary. I was like, 2, 3, and I could hide behind my dad. And now we're sort of looking at our parents. I'm like, oh shit! Like how long have we got of? And I'm probably jumping the gun because my parents are in great shape and they're doing very well, and it's all going fine.
Doing a lot of early worrying there.
Look, potentially, but also, I think every decade for us, I don't know about you, but it's gone quicker than the last one.
Do you know that's like a fact of your brain? Because
Doesn't surprise me at all. Is it because of relative to how long you've been
Yes,
alive?
yes,
Yeah,
absolutely
okay,
is.
interesting.
so if you're 10, 1 year is 10% of the
Yeah.
life you've already lived.
Yeah.
Another 10 years is double that. Whereas now it's like 10 years is now a third. 10 years is now a quarter.
Yeah.
Because, dude, I'm telling you, and I said this about your wedding. I said this about a couple of other guys' wedding because we're talking about like, oh, it's forever away. Dude, it's going to be fucking tomorrow. It's going to be so quick. It's getting out of hand.
It's getting out of hand.
And
Too
I
much routine.
I don't have kids. I don't have any of this stuff that's like really like a big time accelerator, but I'm already feeling it. You can tell that I've been
You
freaking
said
out
to
about some
me,
stuff.
someone told you when you get into sales, you blink and you're 40.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Oh, anything where you're selling something on a calendar, where you always got your eye on the next month.
Yeah.
Then suddenly, instead of having 365 days, you got 12 months. That's how it feels sometimes. Yeah.
That's one of the things I hated the most about having my own sales quotas was the fact that every month was just shit and start again.
I was about to say, and you also
yeah.
never hit them. That was probably not your favorite.
Yeah, that was my least favorite part. That was only in finance, unfortunately. So lucky I got out.
Same here. And I started a business instead.
Yeah. Fuck. Well, you figured out how do I get just a larger cut of the small portion that
Without
I'm writing.
doing the same
Yeah.
amount of work.
How can I still only do 3
That's
deals but make
Work
way more
smarter,
money?
not harder.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How do I only settle 2 deals and make way more money?
Yeah. But I'm actually feeling that very much as well. Like the whole
Are you having
life's
any
coming around the corner.
Any wedding stuff?
Oh, like we're talking we're just like double checking. We're doing therapy.
That's great.
To actually,
Is that with church or with someone else?
well, it's like the therapist that the church recommended. It's
Okay.
actually like legally you
How did
have
that
to do
come
it.
around? Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
because
have
I
to-
know it's a
you
big
have
church
to
thing.
do
I think
it.
it's great.
Yeah, you have to do it before.
or actually
Like-
tying the knot.
Yeah, because
Even in Judaism, they do like wedding classes with the
Yeah.
rabbi.
Yeah. So it's like this is like a therapist.
But what could be the negative outcome there?
Well, they could say you guys shouldn't get married.
Wow. And would they say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like my
Could go either way right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
like
that shows
literally,
up
they
in
could be
those
like, you
shoes,
guys
it's
shouldn't
like,
get
mm.
married, or postpone it, or you guys have
You guys
things
are
to work
incompatible.
through.
You guys are.
Yeah.
Does that happen a lot? Surely not.
That's
well,
what I'm thinking. Like-
my brother's brother-in-law, they got told not to get married,
Are they still together?
but they got married. Yeah.
Ah.
So it's still your choice at the
I was
end
about
of
to
the
say,
day.
no one's going to fucking tell me if I want to marry someone that I should
so
do.
they failed.
But like,
their
imagine the
marriage
seed
lessons.
of doubt that would plant in you. You're like, someone that's a professional at this
Yeah,
has done
that's
an
true.
external
Yeah.
examination and told me that we
Mm.
shouldn't do it.
No, that'd be concerning.
That's going to brew in you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you'll have like little fights down the line, and then something
Like,
will
it
build
makes so
up, and
much
you'll be
sense
like,
now.
is that what he was fucking referring to?
Yeah.
He knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
I want a divorce.
Yeah. That'd be worrying.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what's currently happening, which is actually it's
good.
nice. Like I like it. I like it because you get to talk about things that you generally wouldn't really talk about. And it
Wait,
like
Nat's short for something?
You mean that's not your full name?
you're a woman.
Damn it.
Shit.
There's a strap on the whole time.
But yeah, no. It's interesting, but it's good.
Okay.
But it's also like the whole because even with my dad, because he's old, he's probably close to retirement. He's probably 65. He's close to 70 actually.
You clearly know him very well.
Well, he
You're
doesn't
like
even
father
know.
and son.
He doesn't even know his own birthday.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do remember you saying.
Oh, legitimately.
Yeah, yeah. So he knows his
year?
age.
Okay, so he knows.
Well,
his
he's got
year?
2 ages. One's younger, one's older. So
What's it say on his driver's license? Or just like,
he's got
The 70s or
he's got
something.
a different.
First
it's
of
just 1 year
January.
difference.
Right.
But there's one. It's different on his license, and then I think on his passport it's different.
Mhm.
But I was also thinking like, fuck, because my grandmother had dementia, and she could only speak Arabic.
yeah,
And
okay.
My dad can speak English and Arabic, but I'm like, if it's in the bloodline and something happens, you know, just thinking black swan moment, anything can happen.
Yeah.
And he can't speak English anymore. I'm
Yeah.
fucked. Like, how am I going to help him? How am I going to
Mm.
look after him? So I was like actually looking into Arabic lessons.
Oh,
I've
really?
been doing like stuff online, like when I drive into the
Duolingo.
office.
Lingo.
Or there's this app called Pimsleur. And it's like it's just like an audio book kind of thing.
Mm.
And
I like it.
you do like it's like half an hour lessons. You do it once a day.
What's he better at as language goes?
I mean, he's pretty Aussified. Like
Which
he
was his
came when he-
first?
Arabic.
Arabic was his
yeah,
first
yeah.
one.
He came here into Australia when he was 13.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
all
right.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but like he didn't know the language or anything, so he learned by
Hmm.
working. Like he started
I just
working
think
at 13.
it's probably a good
and-
way to know somebody.
Yeah,
Because like I don't think you can have a great conversation if I was to learn French, I still don't think I could converse. Even after years of French, I probably still couldn't converse as well as I can in English.
yeah.
Well, I think it's easier than you probably think.
Do you reckon?
Yeah,
Well,
Okay.
if you chuck yourself in the deep end, if
Yeah.
you're just trying to do lessons and
being
live
here
here,
for 50 years, that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I think in a lot of cases, and it's why it always amazes and impresses me when people can be like funny in other languages.
yeah,
Like it's one thing. Well, seriously,
Yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah,
one thing
yeah.
to be able to speak it, let alone match like comedic timing and stuff.
and,
I think it's
even
amazing.
even just getting the pronunciation perfect with
Oh, yeah.
like minimizing an accent, not no accent, but
Mm.
you've seen that guy that he's obviously a white guy and he goes around like China and he speaks like perfect Chinese
Yeah,
to
I've
the
seen-
street
yeah,
people
yeah.
and they're always
and
so
he speaks
stunned.
like he speaks like African or like African languages. Like
He's got the
That's why, yeah.
intonation, like all of the intonation and the nuance of the
Yeah,
language he's got.
exactly. That's impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm like, just worst case.
Mm.
If something happens and I need
Yeah.
to speak Arabic.
I mean, he'll probably love the effort anyway.
Yeah.
Have you told him?
No, because
Yeah,
he'll laugh
I-
at me.
I
He'll be like,
think-
oh, you fucking idiot.
No, I think spring it on him. No, he'd be stoked.
No, probably one day when I can actually string
Start-
a sentence together.
Start swearing at him.
Yeah. Well, I already know the swear words.
Or just pick your mark when he says something in Arabic.
Like, what the
You can
fuck is
finally
that?
No, I think
understand it.
do a wedding speech and just get into him.
that would be something.
Yeah, that'd be
yeah.
great. Yeah. And now we're back. Good things to do at your wedding.
Yeah. No, my cousin actually spoke. He like most of my cousins don't know Arabic, but he learnt just for his wedding speech, and then all my aunties and uncle just start cracking up laughing at him.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, just because he wasn't pronouncing the words
Ah,
right.
that's
They're
rough.
like that's what I want to avoid. I don't want to.
I can't even imagine, like, if I, if you made the effort,
That's
Like if someone
Arab sweet.
tried to, no, that's brutal.
Oh,
That's how we live.
Yeah.
Like if someone made the effort to learn
Are you
English,
trying to speak
for a-
our language?
Yeah.
idiot. Yeah, we came to this country for a reason.
Oh, right. Fucking hell.
No. I mean, most people are surprised because they're like, oh, like, wouldn't they want you to know?
Yeah.
But it kind of like my eldest first cousins, like the first one that was born in Lebanon, and then the rest were born in Australia. So it kind of like as it gets younger, the amount of Arabic each of us know is like less and less until it gets to me because I'm the youngest. I know absolutely nothing.
Mm.
So my brother understands a little bit, and then like all my other cousins, they kind of understand, but
You're just full Aussie.
yeah, pretty much. And then growing up as well, you know, because I got my Tongan side too.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of languages being thrown around. And I was just like, I just stuck to English because it's just too confusing. So,
Didn't even master that.
no, I'm horrible.
Interesting. Interesting about the therapy thing. I had not heard about that before. Like pre-marriage.
I thought it was a
Therapy.
big church thing. I didn't know it was a government thing.
Well, that's what they said. And my brother went through it. But when we went to the church, they're like, you can do it through the church or we can recommend a therapist for you to
Okay.
do it.
It's
But
probably
they're like
really
legally
smart too.
by New South. I think it's a New South Wales government
That's
thing.
good. I'm glad that that's a
that
thing.
They,
Yeah.
yeah, because they're
And, like-
trying to avoid the amount of divorces
Good.
Brilliant.
happening. That's what.
Because
Yeah,
the
that's
amount
what
of
they said.
divorces that happen, and like, I'm not trying to judge anyone's divorce, but some of them I'm like, did you guys really not fucking talk about that? Like, really?
Yeah,
People be like, oh, well, you know, we wanted different things in terms of kids. I'm like, that didn't come up? Really? You didn't talk
Yeah.
about one of you wanted kids and the other one
Yeah,
didn't?
but you say it like you're so surprised, but people just didn't talk about things in general
This was
way back
recent.
when. Oh, okay.
And I'm just, this is insane to me that wouldn't come up. And it wasn't like someone changed, if someone changed their mind,
Mm.
different thing. Like, and you're entitled to, and that's kind of a big drama.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But that was just, no, we didn't talk about it.
I actually heard a story of my mate who, like, my mate's mate got married,
Mm.
and then 3 months later they got divorced for that exact same reason.
I
They're
want my gift back.
I feel,
Like,
well,
straight
I
up.
feel
they were like, oh, I wanted kids, she didn't. So
Right, I
we're
would be
just-
furious. If that was a destination wedding, I might have punched him. Bro, it's my whole weekend.
yeah, yeah.
Because you want to get married for a couple of months? Are you kidding me?
Well, yeah, that's.
I feel like some people, it really flicks a switch. Like as soon as the marriage is there and you've got the husband-wife title.
Well, the other thing is, I think there's like right after you're married, there's then a vacuum because you've been planning this wedding. And it's this big drama for like a year. And then suddenly it's just the two of you.
But
So,
it is
oh,
like, why
fuck,
don't,
like, now what
it
are we
is
doing?
also like, why don't you talk about it? Because when
Oh, yeah.
we started planning our wedding, it's like, okay, it's a commitment. Like,
Mm.
is there anything else that we don't know or like that we should talk about before we actually do it? Because then, you know,
Yeah.
we don't want to get divorced, obviously.
Of course.
So I'll tell you the extreme version of what to avoid there. So this girl that I worked with starts dating this dude. They move in together. He starts acting a bit weird. Then she finds out he's got like $100,000 in debt just on credit cards from gambling and stuff.
Mm.
Yeah.
This is when they're like living together de facto. Then later on finds him on, or a friend of hers finds him on Grindr, and he's also into ladyboys.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, so that's probably things you want to uncover before you
Yeah.
can really commit to someone.
Even the gambling debt,
Do you
honestly,
have
would be enough
$100,000
to.
in gambling debt?
Yeah, that's enough
That's
to walk out
insane.
on.
Big time.
You're
Yeah.
marrying that debt as
Yeah,
well.
you absolutely are. But not just the debt, but those habits.
The debt
That's an
came from
addiction.
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also like, you know, when you're going through the planning process, and this is what I found out, it's like it becomes very real
Mm.
where it's like, okay, shit, like this is actually happening.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure that you want to do it, right?
Rest
I
of your
think
life
that's
is
really
a long
smart.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
100%. So
I think
it's
it's
like,
really smart just to,
it should naturally just bring things to light.
but like the therapy part to me is like, that's very intelligent therapy without having a problem. Whereas like people only ever think of doing therapy with a partner if there's an issue. Like
Mm.
that's the only time you would think of doing therapy, right?
Not a
Whereas this is
positive-
like, hey, we want to make a positive commitment. Let's go through this and actually see if we're both thinking straight, or if one of us is just
Yeah.
duping the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart.
No, I like it.
Build an ocean dock out of it. Keep that info.
What?
I just noticed the Notion thing.
Oh, a Notion doc. I thought you said build an ocean
I heard
doc.
that
That's what I
too. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Adam.
Yeah. Give it to yourself.
Sorry, Adam.
Open your mouth when you talk.
A Notion
Yeah.
document.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
Notion.
yeah. I'll
Ooh.
document it.
Where's your little trophy there, Phil?
I've placed it flat
Mm.
so that it doesn't fall again.
I watched the movie Fly Me to the Moon. I was just looking at it.
Oh, yeah.
The moon.
Yeah.
Fly me to the moon.
It came out
brother-
last year.
my
I think.
brother
Is
took
it
that.
about Sinatra or?
No, it's about it's a fictional story.
Oh yeah.
But it's-
ScarJo and Channing.
Yeah, but it's about like the US government trying to fake the moon landing.
Oh yeah.
But they're trying to, like, one of them's like the scientist or engineer, whatever, trying to get the astronauts actually to the moon.
Yeah.
And then
Do you
it's
think
just
that's
like the whole battle.
Do you think that's the most realistic version of that story? Is that the US, because some of the footage I 100% believe is fake, but I don't think the moon landing was fake because we've now
Yeah.
sent orbital things around the moon and we've got like very rough but images of the landing sites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I believe we went there, but do you think that the US had backup? Like if it fails, let's just pretend it happened anyway.
For whose benefit?
Huge benefit. It was a
it
it
was a race.
Yeah, but wouldn't Russia, like they had spies everywhere, and vice
Oh,
versa?
you think Russia would have known?
I don't think like the amount required to fake a moon landing,
Yeah.
not just for like the average idiot in Kentucky to believe it, but for the Kremlin to believe it, I don't think that's possible.
But also the
Yeah, for them to then give up rather than go, we're
I'm
going to
not sa-
expose this lie. Yeah,
and I'm not saying for a minute that I don't believe in certain conspiracy theories, but the moon one, I don't. And purely because I think with any conspiracy theory, it's like how many people had to be in on it.
Oh, yeah.
the
Oh,
Like,
crowd-
how
that's
many
what
loose ends would there be? There's
that's-
too many.
That's what I find.
There'd be the sound guy. Like there would have had to have been like a,
It's like
a
when
mini,
someone says there was no planes that hit the World Trade Center. Like, I'm like, settle the fuck down.
that's not how that
yeah.
one would go. The one for me, and I'm waiting because I thought they released the documents, but it's a JFK one.
Mm.
The JFK one is fucking ridiculous. That story they're trying to pull. It's like
Mm.
no, there's this one guy. He shot a moving target from like 300 meters, and then he was taken to police headquarters, and someone shot him in police
Twice.
headquarters.
And then someone shot the guy
And then
that
someone
shot him.
shut that guy.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
That sounds
Shut
like
up.
that
Like,
sounds
no.
like the movie Shooter, but
Was that the Mark
the plan,
Wahlberg one?
Yeah, but the plan
Yeah.
worked.
Sure.
Like where they killed Mark
I
Wahlberg.
honestly, the sort of thing I heard was like, well, they didn't factor like that film was going to be taken. They didn't factor the internet was going to come online and everyone was going to see it.
Mhm.
That they could have, because really, pre-19, let's just say 100, you kind of shoot a guy and just be like, no,
Yeah,
he
no one
fell.
knows.
Who
Yeah,
cares?
It's a black guy.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, how often did that happen? Really,
Probably
Yeah,
all the time.
all the time. Yeah.
all the time. Yeah. So
I did it in Red Dead Redemption. Done it multiple times.
blame the
What,
black guy.
that-
I don't know.
Ugh.
But that's it.
I've
Yeah.
hung someone off a bridge, I'm pretty sure. It was brutal.
Jesus. That definitely wasn't a mission, feeling. It was just you having
Free-
a bad
no,
day and
maybe-
taking it
no,
out on
sorry,
somebody.
maybe-
Free play.
You find someone hanging off a bridge though, don't you?
That does sound more familiar.
Haven't played it.
Yeah.
Oh, you should. It's good, but it's
Oh,
pretty.
it's
It
such
takes a long time.
Sick game. It's a very slow game, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't get back into it because I'm like I don't. No, it's too takes too much out of you.
Yeah.
I like no spoilers.
I don't care.
When my guy got tuberculosis, I'm like, this fucking sucks. Did I do something wrong? It's like, no, it's part of the game. I'm like, well, then no, no,
Yeah.
I'm too sad. I love this guy.
Yeah, I know.
Morgan. I played football with a guy that looked exactly like him, and I just couldn't.
And I
Call him
didn't like
anything else.
and I didn't like John. That's what ruined it for me. I
Okay,
was like,
I was all
fuck,
about Arthur.
I want Arthur back.
Yeah, he's the man.
How do we get onto that?
Moon landing.
Moonland. Oh, I've heard an interesting one
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah.
The Vegas concert shooting.
Oh yeah.
Someone has created a map. Apparently, you can Google this. I just saw
Yeah.
it in a reel, very long video reel. Someone's created a map where they've mapped out every 911 call during that time and like autopsy reports and deaths on the map.
Yeah.
There was 911 calls, and this is like a very summarized version, but there was multiple 911 calls from other hotels like blocks away reporting gunmen in the lobby. There was reports around the same hotel reporting people with guns and shots fired. And the whole story is that there was one guy in a room
Yeah.
shooting at a crowd
Yeah.
with all of the ammunition in the world next to him,
Yeah.
decides to halfway through stop because he's had enough, top himself when he's still got all this ammunition left,
Mm.
takes police over an hour and a half to finally get up to his room, and he was already dead. So like
Right.
when you put it all that way,
But what's and I'm not saying any that's wrong. I don't know anything about it. But
The-
what's to be gained?
there is no like, there's no theory of, oh, this is what happened. It's more like, was it more like a Bourne Identity film and that's the cover-up story?
Oh,
There
okay.
was something bigger going on with
Yeah.
guns and people getting shot at.
Well, I thought the one that was never talked about, like Trump had a couple of people take pops at him. I didn't talk
Yeah,
about the guy ever.
The golf course one?
Yeah.
I'm not, I'm not demanding answer. Who knows? But really, they're just going to be like, no,
And
yeah,
then
it was
they
just,
went back
just
to
some
talking
guy.
shit about him.
Immediately.
Yeah. The next
Immediately.
day.
No,
Yeah.
he's a Nazi. So
Yeah.
again, I'm not saying I'm voting for the guy, but
No, but it's
two
insanity.
people really, really tried to kill him.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
got very close.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I've heard people be like, "Oh, it was a false flag that like Trump wanted that." It's like, no, he didn't shoot.
He's got
himself
grandkids,
close enough
like-
to
Yeah.
hit his ear. No,
To kill
If there's
another
anyone-
person in
Yeah.
the crowd.
If there's
or two
anyone
other
who
people.
loves being alive, it's that guy.
no, he's loving being
Yeah.
alive.
Hmm.
Nah, that's insane.
And I think that moment, I think, sealed the election for him. That photo of him with his
That
fist
was
up,
sick. You got
with
to
the
give
Yeah,
it to him.
blood
because
running down his
that's
face
when
he
and the
got-
flag in the background.
That was good.
That's
that
when he got a,
vilified.
yeah.
I'll give you the other one that's crazy. It's not even a conspiracy theory, but the fact that the U.S. government killed Martin Luther King Jr. is crazy.
I
Like,
don't
that's
know
not a-
anything about it.
That's not a secret.
Really?
There's some
Yeah.
big FBI stuff around that.
Yeah, they killed him. Flat out killed him. Like
Well,
there's
who knows?
letters to.
Who knows? These files might show that they also killed JFK.
Well,
You
not be
could,
surprised,
if you
but
read
they
some of
absolutely
the
killed
some of the
MLK.
stuff that
But, like,
Jay,
absolutely killed him.
How stupid would you be to release that information? Like you
Well,
just
the fucking they
like,
wrote.
what's that gonna
they
do
wrote
to
letters
350
to
million
MLK
people?
saying you should kill yourself.
no, that was
'Cause-
J. Edgar Hoover, the head of the FBI,
Yeah.
wrote those personally
Yeah.
to Dr. King.
I don't know. I don't know what, like, even if Trump was like, I'm going to uncover everything and release everything, what does he think is that's going to do? It's just going to be like,
Well, I
you're
think it's-
creating an entire country
Yeah, but
of
it's
mistrust.
it's far enough ago that it's not like anyone's going to be held responsible. And I think it's I'd want to know.
Even I'm
Yeah.
concerned though, like what would then happen? Like, how do we ever trust your government again? Even Trump's like, you can't trust that shit. Like the shit you're seeing now, it's like, yes, they've made X million cuts in government spending,
Mm.
but then at the same time, he's just approved a grant for SpaceX, which he is the owner of. So
Yeah.
that's where it starts going like, okay, bro, you're talking about corruption and now you're being just as
Yeah,
corrupt.
you knew that was going to happen.
You look
too.
at it with stuff like that, you have to look at it in the context of its time. And at the time, the powers that be were very concerned about communism.
Uh,
Yeah,
Very concerned.
but
It doesn't justify
Yeah.
doing that, but like,
I heard a good thing with the communism thing is it's almost like calling someone a racist or a homophobe today.
yeah,
It's just something you would say to discredit someone you didn't like. So
the
they
whole
call it like the
thing-
Red Scare and stuff, and calling people
Yeah.
pinkos and whatever. Most of it was baseless, and in the same way, they're just like like they'll just throw it out. Oh, Dave Chappelle's a racist,
The same as-
transphobe, whatever. It's
Yeah.
like,
Mm.
same
shut
as the
up, no, he isn't.
Nazi throwouts.
Anyone
Anyone that's saying, "Oh, he's
Yeah.
a Nazi," or he
It's
could
like,
be
Trump-
like Hitler,
Trump is
they don't know
talking
what
at-
the fuck
Yeah.
they're talking about. Like,
he
shut
was,
the fuck
he
up.
was
Go
talking
back to
at
Germany.
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
It's like so do a lot of people. That's not a Nazi link.
like go to
you got no
1942
idea.
Germany,
No idea.
and then shut the fuck up
Mm.
because you're going to come back and you're going to be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I ever
Yeah.
called anyone a Nazi."
But I feel so bad for those. You probably saw those like a lot of trans kids being like, "No, I'm in fear for my life." this is like the Holocaust. It's like it isn't.
Well, people were
this is not what
people
like,
were comparing.
Jewish people weren't coming into town halls being like, "Hey guys, this isn't cool."
I remember when people started
how it was
saying
going
that
down.
through COVID, comparing it to
Oh,
World
yeah.
War II, and I was like,
Yeah.
whoa,
Oh,
pump the fucking brakes,
I
guys.
maintain that Imagine song with the celebrities
Oh my
God.
god.
that still keeps getting worse. How much I
What's
hate
that?
that song. You must know
Uh-huh.
it was like week 2 of lockdown, and all these celebrities released a song of them singing the John
Imagine.
Lennon song Imagine to like boost our spirits because we needed to hear
I
fucking
probably saw it.
Gal
That
Gadot
bloody
sing.
communist manifesto.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
But to take it back to that,
Yeah.
you're right. I 100% agree. The whole communism term is such bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to turn into a communist country. I don't think you would ever succeed to do that in a
No.
place like America. They
No,
would
couldn't get healthcare
slaughter
across.
themselves
Mm.
before you could make that into a communist
Yeah.
country. You could make it into like a fake communist country where if you can manage to have people think that they're free while you're still controlling everything, which kind of seems like
Mm.
they could do right
That's what
now
they were
with
saying
Trump.
Obama was doing the last, well, pretty much since he left.
Yeah, but that was just because he tried to implement healthcare. That takes a lot more to be communist
Mm.
than just provide
No,
a
but
It's like what
hospital
they're doing
that
in South
works.
Africa now is more akin to that. They're repatriating farmland and just giving it away to whoever. They're taking it away
It
from
worked
like.
in Zimbabwe. I think that went really well.
I don't think it's going well in South Africa.
I think anything's going well in South Africa. But
Well,
not
so
the
they're
rugby
giving
team.
away farmland
So
to
they're repatriating the land. So they're like, let's say a white Afrikaans Dutchman his family's been there for 150 years. Take it, give it to a basket of just other families to maintain the land, take away their wealth, and
That's crazy.
that's communist.
But that was
Yeah.
exactly what happened in Zimbabwe as well.
Yeah.
It's
And were you joking when you said it worked out
it's
well?
a disaster, and it's
Yeah.
one of the like you don't have, you don't have
I
to
don't know
be
anything about it.
Okay,
It's a
you don't
dictatorship.
Like, so the Invictus movie and that whole Mandela story, it's really great if it ends in 1995.
Yep.
Because apartheid is obviously horrible. And then they elect this guy who was wrongly imprisoned to be the president, and he's a black guy, and he doesn't go after white people. He's like, this is one country, we're forgetting all these sins, we're moving on. And that ends in 1995, and then it's awesome. But that's not what happened in South Africa. Now
No.
they don't have reliable power, and it's
now
2025.
they're exploiting the legacy of Mandela
Yeah.
for political gain.
Yeah.
They don't care for a second about the common people
At all.
at all.
At all.
And they just, to be honest, they don't know how to run the country.
Mm.
And it's, the US is now like, I don't know, putting sanctions or not doing things for them that they
Yeah.
used to. But
But I think we're
Like
we,
really, no,
I think
no
we're
reliable
underplaying.
power. Like utilities aren't working.
when I
Yeah.
went to Cape Town in 2022,
water, right?
and
I believe so.
yeah,
Even
Don't
well,
quote
water's
me.
28
terrible.
February 2018, I was there. All the restaurants down the main road near ISA were serving food on paper plates with plastic utensils because there was not enough water to go around to wash up.
Wow.
2022, there with my family. Download the app, get the notification. All right, power's going to be off today from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. and from 8 p.m. to 10:30 p.m.
Mm.
And that's it. And then magically the elections are coming around and there's no more power outs.
Yeah.
Explain that to me.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, why do they do that?
Someone's
know.
pockets are getting
Yeah.
filled.
The
It's
short
all
answer is
corruption.
corruption. That's it.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah.
Mm. But the giving farmland over was basically what happened with Robert Mugabe taking over Zimbabwe,
Mm.
which again was not a good place for black people in a predominantly black country. I'm not saying that it was an awesome place when it was Rhodesia. It wasn't. But it was the breadbasket of Africa, and they gave it to a bunch of people who didn't know how to run a farm, and then its inflation was worse than I'm pretty sure pre-World War II Germany.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. More people died then than as a result of the racist regime before. I'm not saying it wasn't racist. I'm not saying it wasn't horrible. It was. But yeah, it's a big two wrongs trying to make a right situation. It's not going to work.
But not to as well take it back to South Africa, but to knock Mandela. But he promised 1 or 2 generations of black South Africans that they pretty much wouldn't have to work for anything. You know, that the government would look after them. They'd have a house. They'd have a job.
Mm.
They wouldn't have to worry about anything. And it's built a huge sense of entitlement in most of the population. When things don't go their way, let's say you've got all of the taxi drivers, South Africa's economy depends on them. If things aren't happening the way they want, they don't go protest. They burn buses. You know, student protests. They don't protest at the campus. They burn the library. Just burn it down.
That's fucking ridiculous, isn't it? Then, and this is what I mean. Like we for America, I think we're downplaying the fact that the Capitol got stormed.
Oh, you know what? I think they downplay. They downplay all the riots that happened before that. Like that was terrible.
The BLM riots
Yeah.
and stuff.
George
yeah.
Floyd.
The George Floyd thing. It's like,
The
let's
fucking police
burn
bullshit.
down Portland. What? Way more people died doing that. There was way more damage. And I'm not saying for a minute that, again, now you should storm the Capitol.
No.
But
No,
I think that gets talked about every day.
Yeah.
But they don't talk about the George Floyd stuff. It's like, you know, hey, this guy got killed
Yeah, but I
miles
think
away from me. I'm
I
going to
think
go and
it's-
steal a TV. I don't get it.
But I think it's more the I don't think it's a comparable event. I think, yeah, that event is probably worse and worse shit happened, but it's more the line that was crossed, the fact that they stormed the Capitol building, which is supposed to be the government.
I would
And so,
argue what you mean by it's downplayed. Like, watch CNN for a day and tell me they don't talk about it. They talk about it every day.
Yeah, okay.
They talk about it. I've heard people say on par with the Holocaust. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
Got it.
So
they do talk about it
that
a
was
lot.
on The View
I just don't
that someone
see it.
said that.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
saying it was like a serious opinion, but no, people, you know, and people were crying on like late night talking about it. It's like,
There's a good Norm Macdonald joke about The View.
oh, well, let's go for it.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, right. So not downplayed, but like,
It's an amazing event that was terrible.
yeah.
And they're right to talk about it on every January 6th, which is incidentally my brother's birthday. So we're never celebrating that again.
But yeah, I think that if America felt like they were really being backed into a corner, it wouldn't end well
No.
at all.
No,
Like,
well, I'm worried if the next time Trump gets kicked out.
yeah.
But I mean, I guess he's not up for re-election, so I don't know.
Is he not? I thought he
2
is.
terms.
I thought you can do 3 total,
2.
2 consecutive.
Oh, I could be wrong because Teddy Roosevelt did 3, but I thought that was a
I think 2 you can do consecutively.
Yeah, he did.
No, FDR.
no FDR. You're right, but
Teddy
I thought
did
I thought
3.
Teddy did as well. FDR definitely did 3.
FDR got elected for a 4th consecutive term
Yeah,
and then died.
yeah. I thought Teddy did 3, and again, non-consecutive.
Teddy wasn't. No, Teddy. The only other non-consecutive president was Grover Cleveland.
What am I thinking then?
I'm pretty sure Teddy Roosevelt inherited the presidency from McKinley when he got shot and then got elected for 1 more term and didn't do anything after that. Because then,
I think that's downplay. Roosevelt's legacy is huge, and also once got shot and finished a
Yeah.
speech. I don't know if we talk about that enough.
I know he did. He inherited the presidency when William McKinley got shot,
Yeah,
assumed it for the rest of that term, and then got elected until 1909.
right. I love reading his stuff. He's amazing.
Yeah.
This guy should have. So this president, he should have died as a teenager, but then because he there was something like his organs were too big for his chest, or vice versa, and he's just like, nah, don't worry about it. Like, and just became insane. So he was like, scaling mountains and doing all this stuff. So he developed the national park system.
Mm.
But a few of his best stories, one, he fought the heavyweight championship he fought the world heavyweight champion in boxing as the president because he just thought the president should do that.
That's crazy.
And he went blind from that fight, but he always pretended he wasn't because he was ashamed that he shouldn't have been fighting actual fighters
Yeah.
as the president and getting blinded. So he pretended he wasn't. And then he was doing
Did
a
he
speech.
know how to fight?
Yeah. But
Okay.
he couldn't fight Jack Johnson, who I think
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
the guy. And then he was doing a speech, he got shot and cleared his throat and then kept speaking.
What?
So he got shot, he got hit, he had something in his breast pocket. And it was like, It's going to take more than that to kill a bull moose.
Oh, I think
Goes on.
I have
Fuck.
heard about this. So good.
He's the man. He is the man. He nearly died going into the Amazon for some stupid reason. He just didn't know why. He went to war basically because he wanted to.
Mm.
Lunatic.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good man.
So
Oh, the man.
Yeah.
The man. He was the first guy to have a black guy to the White House for dinner, and the whole Congress said you can't do that. Which would be like if the most left-leaning, like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
if like AOC was like, no, hey, whoa, you can't have him there. No. And he was like, no, go fuck yourself. You can come for dinner. Shut up. No, he's the
Wow.
man.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that is true, by the way. I'm
Yeah.
a fucking idiot. It's like
He also-
70%.
You know how we're like of an age now where we're thinking about all this and we're like, oh my God, the world. And like,
Mm.
I always think, is this what all generations thought? Like we think like, oh my God, Trump, I hope this turns out well. But
You
is
know the
that
one
what
that I thought-
everyone
so-
thinks?
My thing about having kids was like, yeah, but the world's fucked. And I mentioned that to my dad. He's like, the world's always been fucked,
Yeah.
you idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, when was a good time to have, like, there was like 5 years after the Second World War. And then we're in Korea.
Yeah.
And then it was Vietnam.
Yeah.
And then it was nuclear war. And now you're worried about the climate. And you're right. And hey, one of these things is probably going to, do you see the asteroid that's coming in 2032?
Yeah. 3.1% chance.
It's not great. But anyway, like the world has always been like that. And it's not a good reason to not do something, basically.
Yeah.
But it was just funny because I'm like, no, we're facing all these problems. Like, dude, shut. Like,
Yeah.
your
It's the
grandfather
same
was
as
getting
you-
shut up by
yeah.
Japanese people.
Yeah.
Actually,
Exactly.
You're fine.
So like when you say objectively, there's never been a better time to be alive
I don't-
where we are
I don't
currently.
know about that. I wouldn't say that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why?
It was pretty good during the Pax Romana.
I'd take a different era.
Really?
Yeah. If I could have kids when I was born or right now, I'd have them when I was born.
Yeah, but tell your dad that.
No, I would say on balance, I think it was probably better. And again, like fractionally, and yeah, my kids probably won't die of cholera. So
Yeah.
by global or by historic standards, that's great. But no, I think what social media and AI has done is pretty
Yeah, I
concerning
kind of see what you're
because
saying.
it's one thing that, hey, we're facing stuff that might kill us, but it's another thing that, like, hey, the fabric of our society is really damaged and not what I want it to be.
Yeah.
That's more concerning to me.
And just the trajectory that we're on,
Yeah.
there's no long-term anything that we can look to.
Yeah.
Like things are changing so rapidly where we're like, we don't know what this is doing to our brains.
And
Yeah.
the bigger thing for me is it's a lot of stuff that people don't want. Like if we were to really poll everybody, but like, hey, how much do we want to put into AI? I think most people go, no, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
Mm.
fine. If we were really if people were
No
really
more technology. Just I
Yeah.
feel like eventually it could go one way or the other. Probably it's gonna go towards more like AI, more technology, more social media. But I feel like there's also going to be a portion of people who are just going to flip the opposite way.
Dude,
There already is.
Every
Yeah, and
year,
then
I
they're
think
like-
the Amish people got it right.
Yeah.
I swear, I
And
get more
they're
and more
just
like
gonna be
There's
like,
more and
I-
more people that just disappear off social media.
Mm.
There's
Yeah.
a mate that I've got in California. I don't know if he's dead or alive. Like I saw him when I was visiting 2022 when I went to Canada as well. Saw him, hung out with him, stayed at his place. Stupidly didn't like write down his address, have his American mobile number. And like I've sent him multiple messages on multiple platforms and like just nothing. He's
Yeah,
just
really?
MIA. So I'm like,
Does he email? What does he do?
nah, well, I don't have his email, so maybe
Yeah.
he does. But like, I don't have his email. I just had him. We used to message on Facebook, and now he's no longer on Facebook. So
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
Dude, I bet he's better for it. I really do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's probably. Here I am worrying
Yeah.
about him, and he's probably having the time of his life. He's probably
But that said,
had
that's
kids with his wife, and
yeah, but that's probably not the way to handle it. Like you've got to let people know.
yeah, because and the only reason I thought is because he used to quite religiously listen to the podcast early on days and like always send me like comments. Oh yeah, I heard you say this about when you traveled to America and blah blah blah.
Yeah, right.
And then I stopped hearing that, and I was like, oh, I wonder, and just gone.
I put it on until I hear something that annoys me, and then I message Phil and be like, "Hey, get away."
Yeah, that was
That
me
was
last
stupid.
time.
Then I'm done
Led
for the
Zeppelin?
episode.
What the fuck?
But yeah, it's It's a totally normal progression. Like,
No, it's going to keep happening. And,
Yeah.
and like I
I
said,
hope it does.
I want to be at the stage of, for kids, I don't want my kids to see me on a phone.
guys,
That's actually where I want to be.
we have a chat called Instagram Quitters, and we're all back on Instagram.
It's because Millard keeps finding funny racist content, and I want to see it.
It's just hard. But it is also like, it's just such a distraction. Like,
But it doesn't bother me right now. Like right now, I've got time to kill, and if it's a little bit on social media and it's within reason, it's okay. But I'm acutely aware that time is going to be more at a premium in the next few years.
yeah.
I saw that Seinfeld said this is like life is about wasting time in ways that you enjoy, and I
Mhm.
like that.
Yeah.
But you do need to be aware of how much time you're wasting.
Mm.
If you're pleasantly wasting your time, that's like, me
I
going to the
feel
beach
like
for 2
waste-
hours is technically a waste of time.
Yeah,
But
but I feel like
Seinfeld said
there's,
that.
there's a difference.
Yeah, I saw him, and it was in relation to making a coffee. But anyway,
Yeah.
I still like the quote.
I feel like there's a difference though, like wasting your time in a screen where you're
Yeah, you're dead right.
watching other people live their lives
Yeah.
as opposed to just
Yeah,
going to the
yeah.
beach and doing nothing.
The sad thing is, you're not even watching other people live their lives. You're watching other people stage things
Yeah,
Yeah.
purely
curate
for the phone
yeah.
Yeah.
that's recording them.
Yeah.
Like that's not actual just, doing things because you enjoy it. You're
Yeah,
just,
that's true.
Doing it for the sake of doing it.
yeah, it's convenient and it's numbing,
Mm.
Whereas going to the beach and just sitting there doing nothing or just going for a walk outside, you're present in the moment. You're actually
I've been doing
I
that.
have-
living in
Go.
your surroundings.
sorry.
No, I was just going to say I've been better at almost every day being able to leave my phone and go to the beach. So I'll leave both phones.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And I'm like, no one's going to need me for an hour.
Yeah.
But trying to do
But it
that,
feels so strange.
Feels
I'm,
naked.
I'm used to it now.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I do
need to
enjoy it.
move closer to the water again.
But dude, you know
Spewing.
what's terrible is I'm doing that and my internal monologue is like, look at me, not having a phone. Aren't I noteworthy?
Special.
And it's like, fucking, that is everyone of all time up until like 2010. You
Do you know what's
dickhead.
funny? Yeah, up until 2010,
Yeah.
when I was in high school, like year 11 and 12, I was one of the weird dudes that was like, our school, I don't know what your schools were like, but our school in Brisbane was like big area with like lots of small buildings, and then there would be like pathways with these tin roofs, and we would always just like have chin up competitions on the beams of the tin roofs, climb up on the roofs and shit like that. So I was like very athletic and always doing shit.
Mm.
And I hated when we started carrying phones because I was like, I don't want this piece of thing in my
Yeah,
pocket
okay,
that I
yeah.
have to worry about having a
Yeah.
piece of possession, which is strange because now it's like it's part of you. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm still like, I wish I could just not have this fragile piece of glass that I
Yeah.
rely on for everything.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, I like, I'll leave my house keys like a fucking idiot. Like
Yeah.
I'll just absolute hippie walk down to Bondi. It's the best.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
I love
it is
that.
good.
I do, yeah. I don't want that situation.
But it's bad that I'm self-congratulatory about it, which is a pretty believable thing. Like I'm going for a swim
But
for
not
10
really.
minutes.
Like, as long as you turn it into more of a pat on the back, you're happy
Yeah.
that you've done it.
Yeah.
Not like a showy
Yeah.
thing.
And obviously it's during work hours, so it's probably not the best.
I was going to say, what I've just done is ordered a I think it was like less than $20 alarm clock for the bedroom.
Oh,
Phone
it's a
stays
pity
out.
you've ordered it because I wanted to, the one I've heard and what I'm really doing well at the moment is waking up to light.
Oh.
And I don't want to turn this into one of those, boys talking about dumbass health hacks, but there's an alarm clock you can get that just gets lighter. It doesn't make a
Yeah.
noise. I would do that. But again, it's a good move. So what, you're going to have the phone out of the room?
It's already there. I've already
Awesome.
done it a few times. Like last night, Em was away, so I had the phone watching videos and shit, but
What kind of videos?
all videos.
Okay.
No, it's Reels. It's obviously real. No, it was
Reels are only on the tablet.
actually
Phil.
I had the tablet and I was watching those tabs that are up here. I added all these to my watch later.
I gotta start with this.
And this is why I think this is fucking
Yeah.
weird. You watch this shit, it's fucking weird. Let's play some of it.
So he's working for free with Doge. He's
Sean
he's kinda
Hannity's a
put
tough
lot
man to
of his
like.
life on hold, And
Even tougher when you watch this.
You sued Twitter a number of years ago. You just made him pay you $10 million?
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
Well, I sued from long before he had it.
Yeah.
And I mean, they really did a number on me, you know. And I sued, and they had to pay. They paid $10 million settlement.
You're okay with that?
I mean, I left it up to the lawyers and you know the team running.
It just
Twitter,
feels
so
like, let's start with that story because it makes us seem so noble.
Yeah.
Like we're not just on the same team.
Oh, you know,
I
another
actually
thing
sued
that they're
your
not,
company and your company paid me out.
They didn't talk enough about how much money Trump's made from his coin. That was mentioned briefly.
The
But it was-
Dogecoin?
It was apparently
Or-
no,
the
like
Trump
the Trump
coin.
coin. It was apparently billions,
Yeah, I believe
like
it.
more than his net worth, and they mentioned it like it was his footnote. Why didn't they talk about that?
Did he make it though?
I've got no idea, but
Or is it still
he
worth
personally made billions.
Yeah, in net worth? Because I'm sure he wouldn't have pumped and dumped. Like
I've
he
got
wouldn't have
no
cashed out.
idea. Again,
He didn't do a huck tour.
yeah. So I don't know if you can credit it as his personal worth. I don't know.
That's what it's worth now until people start trying to power sell them and then the price drops. But
Sure.
this is just a very weird interview.
Oh, no, go.
He's
Just
become
even
we
the
don't have to watch it,
mannerisms
but
You read
is,
yeah.
and
is
believe the
odd.
media. He's
And watch
become one
this.
of your best friends. He's working for free for you.
Well, I love the
He's-
president. I just want to be clear about that.
You don't care about that.
I know. I love the president.
You love the president.
I think President Trump is a good man, and he's, you know,
It's nice the way he said that, you know? There's something nice about it.
really is.
It
You
is.
know,
The whole time, I always tell myself, I got to remember this guy is a fucking TV character,
Mm.
Trump. Like he is a TV presenter of TV shows. Like he's a fucking actor. So like a lot of this
You
shit.
know who's an actor and something
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan. Zelensky.
Yeah,
He was an
he's an
actor.
actual actor. Yeah.
He was an actor who played the president in a comedy.
No way.
Yeah.
And then he
That's-
became.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And that, I don't know. He's always, yeah.
But
he,
they're all
he
actors,
rubs
right?
me the wrong way.
all good politicians
Sure.
are actors.
Sure.
That's the only way you're going to get people on board.
Yeah, but then some of them are bad actors.
Yeah.
I'll never forgive like the Kamala thing where she just keeps changing her accent and stuff. It's
Yeah.
like,
The
just
Jamaican one was.
oh, you're killing me.
That,
Like, I wanna vote for you.
That
I mean, I
kills
can't-
me. That kills me. But then watching, did you watch Trump's first speech after he got shot
No,
with the bandage on his ear?
I know he came out to 50 Cent, which was a big move.
Oh, but it's so
Another good potential move for
so cringe.
Is that Many Men?
Yeah. Come on, that's
That was
I
pretty
don't-
cool.
That's
I don't care
yeah,
what happens
cool.
after that. That's pretty sweet.
But it's such a cringy speech because it's so like God wanted me to live and like just talking to the lowest common
Yeah,
denominator.
but he's far from the cringiest speech from a politician that's ever been
yeah, I was
said.
about to say, if
Nah.
I've gotten shot and then come out to 50 Cent, I'll say whatever I want and you will
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah, but
That's
it wasn't
fine.
even. He didn't even say cool stuff. Like he really made it
Didn't
like
mention
a
the bull
sob
moose thing.
story.
Yeah.
But that's his appeal. He appeals to.
I know, which is what makes me concerned about the majority of the people that worship him.
Yeah, but I mean, by the same token, I don't look at like the hardcore Democrat voters and go, oh, these are some
Sane people.
yeah, switched on
Yeah.
geniuses. No.
Very interesting. What else did I watch?
Well, if this is it, old boy.
Oh, watch
I
this
don't mind if I go out
breakdown of
speaking
this
Oh,
scene.
I love this
Oh,
movie.
what a movie.
all means, Captain.
So this goes into
This may
so
be my
much
favorite
detail.
Tarantino film, by the way,
Yeah.
which is a hotly contested list.
Really?
I can't get enough of it.
Yeah, this was a full breakdown of this scene that I
It's
watched
such
last
an
night.
intense scene.
Oh, man.
Unbelievable.
But what about the first scene in terms of intent? They're all good. Like,
Yeah.
But he like explains because we all watch it and we're like, this
Yeah.
is so intense. He explains why it's intense
Yeah.
and how they made it so intense. Like
Yeah.
even the shot where the guys come down the stairs and the stairs are in the same shot as the actual room.
put
He's
a
like, the way
link in
he's
the
framed
in the
this-
chat. That's, yeah, I want to see
He's
that.
like, the way he's framed this makes you feel even more claustrophobic. Like the only
Yeah.
way out is that
Yeah.
spiral
Yeah,
staircase.
I can actually picture that stair. Yeah.
And like, imagine trying to run, you can't. It's
Can't.
that staircase.
Which it
it's a shootout.
eventuates. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. That's so funny.
It's a great analysis.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I do WhatsApp on the computer?
Speaking of the Tarantino, and one of my favorite, have you seen Jamie Foxx impersonate him?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh,
I've seen Jamie Foxx. Oh,
to talk about
On Django?
him, explaining how to
Yeah.
be Django.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite. Jamie Foxx is
Bring it up,
so
bring it up.
talented, but I love that.
Hold
little-
on, where's our chat?
Yeah, that one. Yeah. I knew this was gonna happen. Give me your fucking Range Rover. He can't read. And then,
What is
and then
Jamie Foxx doing Tarantino.
Tarantino. Another again, way up there on my
He's
Tarantino
got a great
list.
Trump as well.
Oh, very good.
Not as good as Shane, but
Yeah, close.
Shane
Not as
Gillis's
good, but-
Trump thing is the best thing I saw.
The first time I ever heard it, I thought it was like Trump was in the room.
But him like dovetailing
Is it
with Adam
this?
Ray.
It was
Yeah,
on.
that's it.
Directing style on Django Unchained.
Yeah, that
That's it.
sounds right.
I was just getting to learn Quentin Tarantino. So he was, again, a tyrant. You know, he was at this, do not fuck my film up.
Tyrant in the sense that, does he insist on every word
Oh,
being
yeah.
just the way he wrote it?
But that's what you want.
Do you?
You want a director who, even if you're going off the cliff, you know that you're going off the fucking cliff.
But don't you want the freedom to also kind of add your
Nah,
twist?
not
No?
with him.
No.
The first day of rehearsal, I'm reading my lines like, and he said, cut. Could I talk to you for a second? Close the door.
Uh-oh.
What the fuck is that? I said, what you mean? I knew I was going to have this problem. Listen, all of this shit, you have to be a fucking slave, okay? He's a slave. He's not cool. He's a fucking slave.
Right.
He doesn't know how to read. You come in with your fucking Louis bag and your fucking Range Rover. And you're fucking Jess. I'm so fucking, you're not Jim Brown. He's a fucking slave. And then he becomes the hero. But lose that shit. Door swings open, he walks out.
Wow. Would you work with Quentin Tarantino again, or is it just too goddamn?
1,000 times.
Oh, you would.
What a fucking job, eh?
Yeah.
Like, we think our job has pressure.
Yeah.
They're like, and we're rolling now. Don't fuck it up
Yeah.
again. You'd be like, what do
Yeah.
I do different?
Especially off bloody Christoph Waltz, who's just amazing in everything.
Yeah,
Like, someone
that's,
find me his worst performance. I bet it's unbelievable.
that's the one I saw where he talks about Christoph Waltz folding the piece of paper.
No, I've seen Brad Pitt talk about Christoph Waltz and how much Tarantino liked him more than himself, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, I think it's this.
What is that round table?
It's a pretty
What is
good,
it?
good cast there.
Sandler,
It's
Hanks,
huge.
Fox.
How does Sandler
De
get
Niro?
Yeah, I don't
They
know.
do heaps of those.
I've heard De Niro was the other guy when they're talking about like nothing else existed. I heard that was De Niro's thing as well.
Mm.
Is he's not like, oh, I've got to be here and then I've got to say like it's just he's just
You are
the,
in it.
yeah, he's just the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
is
just
the
like pure
character.
method. Also, I don't know why I'm talking about this like I know what I'm talking about. I don't.
Yeah.
Pure method acting. Well, if there's a method actor on that round table, it's fucking
Sandler.
Shia
yes. Ah, damn it.
Didn't
I was
he-
gonna- I was
he-
gonna
he
say
pulled-
Sandler too.
He pulled his own tooth out, right? In Fury.
like,
Shia LaBeouf did.
oh, damn it. We weren't rolling. Back to one.
Yeah. That was a good movie
and like
too.
and like
Great
pi-
movie.
and like pissed himself for real, and all the other actors were like, "You're going too far, bro."
Turns out he just had a few too many and
Yeah.
had to be like, no, I'm just method
I
guys.
wonder what he did for Transformers.
Hey, Megan, this is going to be tough to sell, but we're really going to get into this character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me a tough one.
Now, Christoph Waltz is a great actor.
Mm. All right, we got to wrap it up soon, but are we really going to go through this without giving any more gym advice or just terribly ranking people based on attractiveness?
There is one other way to make it very interesting. And I think it helped on my 2-part episode of The One Leader. We were really fucking drunk.
Yeah.
Really drunk.
Yeah. By that second part.
Swift wouldn't go for it, but
Okay, that's one thing, but I really think that next time we should actually prep.
we need topics.
That's what I mean.
I think if I was drunk, my best material will come out.
Exactly right.
But then we'll have to cut everything out.
Yeah. No, I'd still be sensible.
I'm happy to get drunk.
Yeah, we
Well,
could do
okay,
some
why
whiskey.
don't- why don't-
I'll bring a bottle.
All right. How about
You're not drinking at the moment.
I'll do it for this.
no for the next one? Why don't you let me? I'll host.
Oh yeah.
Is that okay? Like,
Yeah.
You guys could.
Brilliant.
You guys do the like. I'll just be asking you guys questions, but you got to have a few.
Okay. And you'll be the sober host.
I'll be the sober host.
That's a cool dynamic in itself.
I like that. I think that's going to work.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
Proper team leader shit, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.